Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Know that she needs me. I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, 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 boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Now everywhere I turn, people saying, Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn, all I hear in God, things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. They're running away to them foreign countries. Lord, they're doing for them what they should do for we. They're telling me that I should go out there. No way. No, because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. You abuse her when things was nice.
Talk now, you can't talk. Sound the big thing now.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, 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 boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum. Yeah, boom, shogolo, bongo, dum.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT.
Oh boy, the Hulk, a pleasant good morning to you. Ken from Wuhan, good morning. Zeroda, good morning to you. Calvary Spirit, Angela, good morning. Zebrangani, good morning. Jason Mitchell, a pleasant good morning to you. Durat Mohan, good morning. Vindra, good morning to you.
Now everywhere I turn, people saying, Lord,
Oh boy, 007, good morning. Wendy and John, good morning. Shanifa Ali, good morning. Biggest, half been long, good morning to you. Hafiza D. Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you.
God, things bad, bad, bad
boy Dennis Stefan, good morning to you. Primraj, good morning. Hey, Kenrick Posada, good morning to you. Ryan Nichedi, good morning. Desmond Hines, a pleasant good morning to you. Sumantra, good morning. Kongsa Darren Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you. Afina Mohammed, a pleasant good morning. Gloria Escola, a pleasant good morning to you. Nita, good morning. Hey, Anthony McFoss, good morning. Grace. Timothy Roberts, a pleasant good morning to you. Damon Acton. Vincent, good morning. Brian. Roger Mirage, good morning. Marlene, good morning. Sensible. Hey, Ruben Sukraj, a pleasant good morning to you. Patricia Philip, good morning. Janelle. Daniel. Munkasun, a pleasant good morning to you.
Because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I
Bang, 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 bang.
Ruben Noel, good morning, Robel Nguyen.
My love for TNT with all my heart. Bamba dim.
Jacqueline Sammy, good morning. Sudesh, good morning to you. Calvin, the O'Brady Bunch, good morning. Timothy McLean, good morning to you. Sally, good morning. Kaladin, Nancy Bastio, good morning. Ryan, John, we gonna rise again.
TNT will rise.
TNT must rise again.
I
honestly believe it will.
yes, we will rise again.
Paul Danielson, good morning. Jason Jeffers, good morning to you. Marlene Citron, a pleasant good morning to you. Marilyn Citron, in fact. Dafika Balkaran, good morning. Doreen Behari, good morning to you. Hey, Firam, good morning. Peter Samlalsin, good morning to you. Julian John, a pleasant good morning to you. Just School, good morning, Angela. Majid Ali, a pleasant good morning. Brandon Singh, good morning to you. Judy, good morning. Raghu. Goben Lakshmidiyal, good morning. I pledge.
Yes, I pledge to serve my country.
Hey, Janet Singh, good morning to you. Radhika, good morning. That's Ramchit.
I pledge. Now that she needs me, I will.
Joan, Ram Ratan, good morning to you. Joyce, Rambux,
Stop your crying.
Rajin, good morning. Anne-Marie, Amin. Hey, Matilda Rhodes, good morning to you. Hey, Margaret, good morning. Betty. Nazali and Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you all. Guy, what we talking about? Hey, Tommy Mohammed, a pleasant good morning. Philip. Pamela, good morning. Hey, Selvan Batiste, good morning to you. Davey, good morning. Noella Mohana, good morning to you. Guy, what we talking about?
To serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Marjorie, good morning to you. Tara, all Taras, a blessing, good morning.
To give God a brand new start.
Hey, Troy Ramlogan.
I pledge
Munsi, good morning.
TNT with all my heart. Yeah, boom shogolo bongolo. Yeah, boom shogolo bongolo. Yeah, boom shogolo.
Darcel,
Yeah,
Bernard, good morning to you.
yeah.
Hey, Devi. C. Prasad, good morning. Kishan Ali, a blessing, good morning to you. Hey, Joey Lucky, good morning.
People saying, Lord, think
All Marylands, good morning to you all.
God in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn, all I hear in God.
Radical Hillary, good morning, Hillary.
In Trinidad, they running away to them fall.
Rambo Ali, good morning. Nigel Black, good morning to you. Richard Jr. Singh, good morning. That what we talking about.
They say
Betty, good morning.
that I should go away. No way, no way.
Prisnat Prasad, good morning to you. Doreen,
I pledge
Ian Shan Mohammed, good morning.
of my country, Tobago and Trinidad.
Glenda Isaac, good morning to you. Mina Steiner, good morning to you. Paul Sammy.
Now that she needs me,
Hey, Edwin,
I will work hard. You
good morning, Edwin, out there in Toronto.
know you're crying blood. Things
I
hard.
think I said morning to Bujam John already, man.
Now you have to sacrifice.
Bishop Owen, good morning.
You're crying blood. Things bad.
Well, bad, but we gonna make it better.
You want piece of me, I for you.
Andrew Alfonso, good morning. Nigel George, good morning to you.
No more chori mango to eat. You
Hey, Dexter Tomas, good morning.
that I should go.
That what we talking about. Janelle Daniel,
No way, Jose, because I pledge
Audrey Grenades, good morning.
to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad.
Roseman, good morning to you. Lorraine Harrigan,
Needs me.
Dave and Deborah. That what we talking about.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I pledge
Wayne Felix.
for TNT.
Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All roads, proudly, with everything in us,
Bang, bang, bang.
heading to
Bang, bang.
the Parliament, Woodford Square. Here we come. William Saunders, good morning. Evan Mirage, good morning to you. Radical,
TNT will rise again.
TNT will rise again.
Rise again. TNT.
Hey, Trini Nairo, good morning.
I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we
Tony Griffith, good morning.
TNT will rise again and again.
Again and again, we will rise again. Oh boy, oh boy.
Even Lord, things hard in Trinidad. She has nothing to offer you, so you're leaving God. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. Only for you, gotta make up your mind to work like a mule. Sister, just one time.
Bang, 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 bang.
Be proud, the Trinbagonians, of our country.
Serve my country.
Let's build our country.
And Trinidad. I pledge, know that she needs me. I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I
say a pleasant good morning to MP Wayne Sturge, Defense Minister Wayne Sturge. A pleasant good morning to you.
Now everywhere people saying, Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn, all I hear in God, things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. They're running away to their foreign countries. Lord, they're doing for them what they should do for we. They're telling me that I should go out there. No way, Jose, because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. You abuse her when things was nice. Now you're crying blood. Things hard in Trinidad. Now you have to sacrifice out your flying blood.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. You want piece of me, after you get it sweet. You don't want no more Jolly Mango to eat. You're still telling me that I should go out there. No way, Jose, because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Bamba dim bem 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 bidu bem. Bem 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 dim bam boom bam bem. Bamba dim bidim bem madu bem. Bem bem bidim bam boom bam bem. TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again. I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can't find work to do, so you're grieving, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad. She has nothing to offer you, so you're leaving God. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. But before you leave, brother, make up your mind to work like a mule. Sister, 2 jobs 1 time. Yet you're still telling me that I should go out there. No way, Jose, because I pledge, yes, I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. Now let's get down to serious work. Stop your crying, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad, and bring back the ship afloat. No denying God. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. If I work with you, brother, you work with me. Together we could rebuild sweet TNT in a gesture of love. Let us all join our hands and sing. Oh,
Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Lead to the parliament this evening. Lunchtime, 12 o'clock. Where are we heading? To our parliament. Feeling proud.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, you're crying blood. Things hard in Trinidad. Now you have to sacrifice out your flying blood. Things bad in Trinidad. You want piece of me after you get it sweet. You don't want no more truly mango to eat. You still
each and every one of you have your part to do. Get on to all the people you campaign with, campaign for, all the people you talk to. Let them know if they can make time today that all roads leads to the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where all of us as patriots going to make sure that we are there to support our new government that already start to work for us, because here it is. When UNC wins, everybody wins.
To give up a brand new start, I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Bamba dim bim 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 bidu bam, bim 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 bam boom bam bim.
Oh boy, and I know each and every one of us believe that our great country, Trinidad and Tobago, we're gonna rise again.
TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again. I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can't find work to do, so you're grieving, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad. She has nothing to offer you, so you're leaving God. Things bad.
Oh boy, I feel ready to take some calls one time. We go through all them headliners in a bit, because I'm feeling so proud now after all this nearly 10 years, feeling again proud to be a Trinbagonian.
Telling me that I should go all day. No way.
people make all of we feel like we don't belong. That Trinidad and Tobago is just them.
Yes, I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad.
Now we have a blessed government that are saying Trinidad and Tobago belongs to all of us.
Now let's get down to serious work. Stop your crying, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad and bring back the ship afloat. No denying, Lord. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. If I work with you, brother, you work with me.
Exactly. I am so happy. Oh my gosh. We haven't felt this relief in nearly 10 years. And Brett, there's no other place that I wouldn't want to be or wouldn't want to be or will want to be but Parliament, making sure I'll be there.
My country, Tobago and Trinidad, I pledge. Now that she needs
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge. Now that she needs me, I will work.
She needs all of us. Our country. That each and every one of us supposed to be proud of with everything in us. Sweet Trinidad and Tobago.
My love for TNT with all my heart. Yeah, boom shogolo bongo dong. Yeah, boom shogolo bongo dong. Yeah, boom shogolo bongo dong. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm feeling so good. A little bit again. Tears go come in my eyes because I'm feeling it.
Now everywhere I turn, people saying, Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn, all I hear in God, things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. They're running away to them foreign countries. Lord, they're doing for them what they should do for we. They're telling me that I should go out there. No way, Jose. Because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge.
All our Trinbagonian
Now that she needs me,
foreigners.
I will work hard. You
So long so in Trinidad don't play all the hiding. So long so in Trinidad.
crying blood. Things
Some of you all in Trinidad but on the low. Make sure before you go back
out your flying blood.
that you make sure let your presence be felt and how much you love your country and be there today by the Parliament.
Be after you, yeah, it's sweet. You don't want no
Bang,
more.
bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang,
Lord, that I should go out there.
That we talking about all foreigners here in the country.
No way, Jose.
I say foreigners, Trinbagonians
I pledge
in the country.
my country,
Make sure
Tobago and Trinidad.
and touch down by that Parliament.
I pledge.
You must be able to say when you go back to our people out there, you was there, a part of history, a new era for all of us.
I pledge to serve my country, to give birth a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my
what we talking about. Feel it, feel it. Parliament today, 12 p.m.
Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again. I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can find work to do, so you're grieving, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad. She has nothing to offer you.
Oh God, boy, she has nothing to offer you right now. But
Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad.
we are all patriots. This is our country.
Before you leave,
This is our mother, sweet Trinidad and Tobago. Oh God, boy.
just one time, yet you're still telling me that I should go out there. No way for say, because I pledge, yes I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. Now let's get down to serious work. Stop crying, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad, and bring back the ship afloat. No denying.
Let's bring back this ship afloat. Our mother. And all we love our mother. And we understand what our mother, the role, the importance of all mothers. Well, boy, Mother Trinidad and Tobago is saying, hey, I've always been there for you. Now I want you to please, my children, stand up with me, please.
I pledge to serve my country.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT.
Touch your heart. Pledge to yourself that we all united going forward and bringing our country back. Make that pledge to yourself. You can hear what? Listen, listen.
Now everywhere I turn, people saying, Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn, all I hear in God.
All roads lead to the parliament in which we are all so proud to go. Let us, all of us, be part of history. That we turn the first key, turn the first soil, use the first trowel in a new era of Trinidad and Tobago, our country.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. You abuse her when things was nice.
Listen.
Oh, you're crying, blood. Things hard.
Well, ain't that we abuse her when things was nice, but listen.
Have to
Sacrifice.
Crying blood. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. You want piece of me, after you, yeah, it's sweet. You don't want needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT.
Mickie Thunder Boom. Oh boy, forget that PNM thing, that fighting. Love your country, partner. We go fight after. But right now, show the people how much you, Mickie Thunder Boom, love your country. That you are willing for we to rise again.
Bam, boom, bam, bam. TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again. I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can find work to do, so you're breathing, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad. She has nothing to offer you, so you're leaving, God. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. But before you leave, brother, make up your mind to work like
Slimy, you tell me you love our country.
one time.
You say despite you living up there, when we talk, you love your Trinidad. Express to the people how much you love your Trinidad. Fight after, partner. This morning is about patriotism. This morning about loving our mother. This morning is about our people. This morning is about unity. This morning is about working with each other.
Now that she needs me,
This morning is enjoying the patriotism in all of us. If we are patriots.
stop your crying, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad, and bring back the ship afloat. No denying, God. Things bad, bad, bad in Trinidad. If I work with you, brother, you work with me. Together we could rebuild sweet TNT in a gesture of love. Let us all join our hands and sing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge now that she needs me.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
That's what we're talking about. On your back, I play that again for a while after, only. I take my chance. I know we're going to get some real markups, so in case only see we lost somewhere, or not to look on for the YouTube somewhere else for the Ground Report. Let me see kind of music you play that. You get red flag. Copyright. It belongs to people. And then bam, they say you're banned for a week. So let's just in case that you're all looking on, you all realize you ain't getting we on one part, look for the next part. I better plenty platforms, eh? Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, all they put it down, remember them. Remember the platforms. Because they only go on to the one, all they only go on to. All they ain't seen we, all they forget. What shucks, where we go find them again? And then you're the ball. No. Remember them. You can get us on any one of these platforms. Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, Corridor Transformation, Workers' Rights Platform, and they can also put in The Ground Report. The Ground Report on YouTube.
Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn.
Well, today's Friday.
God,
A beautiful Friday.
bad,
In the skies, it's drizzling a little bit. It's because of happiness, joys of happiness, tears of happiness. Tears of blessings. Tears of a new era. Tears of unity. Tears of patriotism. Tears of each and every one of us going to build back we country.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge. Now,
Man, let me call the calls on them. Make call the calls on them. Let me hook up this phone here. Make call the calls on them. Don't call it 366 yet, but make all the calls on them on the landline. Alright, we'll go through the rest of the thing after. I'm going to organize and take off this tune. Because I red flag back and all thing with them social media, them they going on and get on bad.
you want piece of me, after you get it free.
The one say you block, you use I pledge, bam, boy, take a week.
Mango.
So let me hope we get away. You just send our warning and we good to go. It's Happy Friday for all of us Trinbagonians. Proud Trinbagonians.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give up a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Bamba dim bem bem bidu bem. Bem bem dim bam boom bam bem. Bamba dim bem.
Yes, and good morning to you, my brother. Where all roads reach.
Yeah, morning.
Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution this morning on the Ground Report?
I'm calling from Five Rivers, Andy Felix here, but you know, well, I can't make it, but to my position. But what I would like, if you all could do it, is if real media could go live and show us the crowd, the massive crowd will be there, and the patriotic citizens towards our new government, so that the world could, that we have a caring government in place right now. Andy?
We'll think about it, but for now, we have foots on the ground.
I know.
So the world will see thousands of people. But good
Yeah,
idea.
man.
Because I understand
Yeah.
that people like you, wheelchair bound, and many other people physically challenged and all those various things. We understand.
Yeah.
But our goals and objectives, first and foremost, is foots on the ground. And then when we reach there, we will think about that.
All right.
Nice.
So have a good day at you all, and say it and wish it, and we will pray that our government could last until we passing and going and meet our maker. We don't need the PNM there again. All right?
So truth. Oh my God. You couldn't have said better, Felix. Boy.
All right. All right, Andy.
In Trinidad and bring back the ship afloat. No denying God.
Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
All roads lead to the parliament today, 12 noon, where each and every one of us, patriots, want to create part of history and welcome our new government into the parliament.
I pledge to serve my country, to be
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, let me check out the phone now. Let me see if it start back to work. Oh boy. Boy. Let me see if it start back to work so we could take some calls on the WhatsApp. All right, I will play the voice notes that I have on the WhatsApp already. That's what I will do. And when somebody call the WhatsApp or check answer and see if the damn phone connect, if it working. Right, so we're going to test it. Go 1 minute it do, 1 minute it do, and every minute is a up and down, up and down, up and down. But it's still better. That was holding on to it still until I could do better when I get one. But this phone, all the trouble, it get trouble. Up and down, up and down. You know, it did a better job than Rowley, Stuart Young, and the P&M. Oh boy. A kiss and she.
Now everywhere I turn, people saying, Lord, things hard in Trinidad. Yes, everywhere I turn.
Nicholas Addis Ramnarine. Good morning, my brother. Mr. Ramnarine out there in Canada, good morning to you. A&A Doubles and Roti. Noel Brown, Gita Brown. Hey, Kevin, son-in-law. They said your daughter, Kelly. That beautiful grandchild. Dennis, good morning to you. And let me say morning to Johnny. That I know wherever she a lock on. Tennessee Paul, good morning to you, my brother.
I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard. You abuse her when things was nice. Now you're crying blood. Things hard in Trinidad. Now you have to sacrifice out your flying blood. Things bad.
Oh God, boy, for years your pit bull wasn't like this. All your pit bull is a good dog, you know. When a pit bull comfortable, when a pit bull seen justice are being delivered, when a pit bull seen righteousness, it's very loyal. And then when you go see all of the ears cut, they drop the ears like a little baby boy. Like a little pumpek. Wiggle up a big bad looking monster so. And rub up on you.
Now that she needs me, I will work.
Because they feel you and they love you. They know when to be aggressive and when to and not. Just as some pit bull out there that the owners didn't grow them up trained. That's why you go see dog molding where innocent child getting mold and this and that. It's not the dog fault. It's not the dog fault. Whoever is the owner have to know that they have a job to do. Don't treat animals like dogs. Don't treat animals bad. Animals, you can't do that. Some people, you know, you can't afford to mind an animal. You take an animal, the animal hungry. Whether it be a dog, a cat. Treat your animals the way you will treat yourself, your kids. God go bless you. Because the animals is God owned too.
The auntie will rise again. I honestly believe.
The auntie go rise again. I honestly believe.
The auntie will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can't find work to do, so you're grieving, Lord. Things hard.
Man, let me enjoy this music because I won't be able to play this for a while. I'm gonna wait for my Guile family. 2 more minutes. Now you call Mickie. Let Mickie know. Bring him down. That I want Guile on time. Because everybody that not look on here. Well, you wouldn't believe how big that Guile program gets. The ground report and Guile. Everybody looking for Guile now on a morning. The only people in getting reach one digital network. But I mean, we in government, gotta try to organize for Guile is local. And see how we can get the Guile on the digital network too. Yeah.
I will work.
Because we're not for selves. We are for everybody.
Stop your crying, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad and bring back the
Alright, so let me take some calls now. Let me take some calls. What happened? Or let go in join it more than me, or I find like go in ringing, you know. Hey, we have work to do, you know. Remember, all roads lead the way. Don't forget, you know. Boy, what's the numbers in them day? 225-6644. Alright, 7 o'clock. I wonder if I'll join me yet. 225-6644. 239-5120. Send your WhatsApp voice note. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053. Let me dance a little bit while I find out if we don't get late. Free at last! Free at last! Free at last! Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning. This is Granny. Granny calling from Tacarigua. I see my pit bull very, very glad this morning. I see him looking very glad. I'm very, very glad how Rowley gone. And I'm very glad to see how you glad. And I'm glad TCN Heavy come back. I'm glad TCN Heavy come back. I will let him go, but I don't ever want Paulia to get back any TNN in power again. And I'm glad. I want the UNC to get out all the bad TNN from me. All. God bless all you boys. All you work hard. God bless all you. And man, God bless all your blessings for all you. This is Granny. Granny, don't forget all you. Granny, the only time with all you. Thank you.
Now you have to sacrifice out your flying blood. Things bad in Trinidad. You want piece of me after you get it sweet. You don't want no more Judy mango to eat. You're still telling me that I should go all day. No way, Jose. Because I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge. Now that she needs me, I will work hard. I pledge to serve my country, to give her a brand new start. I pledge my love for TNT with all my heart. Bamba dim bim 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 bidu bim. Bim 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 bam boom bam bim. Bamba dim bim 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 badu bim.
Bang, 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 bang,
Bim bim
bang.
bim bam boom bam bim.
TNT gonna rise again!
TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again. I honestly believe TNT will rise again. Yes, we will rise again. TNT will rise again and again and again and again. Say you can't find work to do, so you're grieving, Lord. Things hard in Trinidad. She has
All roads lead to the parliament. 12 noon, walk with your umbrellas.
things hard.
That's showers of blessings. All of us, we must be there.
Before you leave, brother, make up your mind to work like a mule. Sister, 2 jobs 1 time. Yet you still telling me that I should go all day. No way, Jose. Because I pledge, yes, I pledge to serve my country, Tobago and Trinidad. Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge, now that she needs me, I will work hard.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael, the Caribbean. Good morning to you. Again, welcome on the Friday edition of your favorite program right here on Gael, the Ground Report. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Hi, good morning, Andy. This is Sangre Grande, Toko Sangre Grande in the house. I just want to say yes, we are rising again. But remember, the sun always rises. When it's set here, it rises somewhere else. So that is one thing that is never out. The sun always rises. All right? So I want to wish our astute, honorable leader all the blessings that she deserves, and all of those under her and all of those coming down. I want to wish our country all the best. Since the April 28th, we have all felt this enlightenment in the country, and I know the best is yet to come. It's just the beginning of the journey. All right, so with cooperation from everybody, everything will go well in Trinidad. Take care.
Thank you, Sandy Grande, Toko Sandy Grande.
Morning Ground Report. I went to UNC to see about the illegal play with. I want them to stop that illegal play with. That's real mashing up the economy. This place real corrupted. I went to UNC to see about that.
Good morning, gentlemen. A beautiful day to you all. And what a wonderful day it is that the new government will go into Parliament today and start doing the people business as they started before. But they're going to get going there and do much more for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Gentlemen, I listened to the Prime Minister yesterday. All that money was paid to rent to Faris Alwari, friends and families. And you know what? The Prime Minister at the time, Keith Rowley, closed down the educational facility just not to pay the contractors, those small contractors. You see the wickedness and vindictiveness of that last regime. So Alwari could have gotten all the money he wanted, but the poor people who borrow from the bank, who own hardwares, who own suppliers, couldn't get their money at all. This is what we were experiencing in this country. And the Prime Minister was saying, tighten your belt. So his cabinet ministers, his friends, everybody could have gotten the large portion of the cake. But we, ordinary people, the ordinary small contractors couldn't even get the crumbs. This is what was happening in this country. God bless this country through Kamala Prasad, Bibisesa, and putting them in government to expose the PNM. Otherwise, we would never have known. That is why I now know why Imbut wanted to go back up there in as a representative in Diego Martin in order, hoping the PNM win, to go back inside there and to cook up the books and to hide it from us. But God is a good God. God is a mighty God. That He sees all the wrongs that was going on in this country, and He has once and for all settled it. And only God has put United National Congress into government under the astute leadership of Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa. It can only get better because God is in control. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Partner, you touch me, boy. What a voice note, boy. Boy, I feel yes. I believe everybody feel that voice note. You close down the educational facility and pay hundreds of contractors just not to pay these poor people, boy. I and all was in that, boy. Never get an eye in hardware and all kind of bacchanal, boy. Oh, God, boy.
Bang, 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 bang.
The lines are open. Morning caller, where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report? So when it have calls, I will do calls. And when it have voice notes, I'll do voice notes.
Morning, Andy.
Morning to you. Where you calling from? And what's your...
Mr. St. Joseph.
Hey, Mr. St. Joseph, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Pleasant good morning. Today is a very historic day. A day in which we celebrate a free, fair, national election. So this today is for every Trinidadian. It is not for the UNC or PNM. It's for the entire nation. The election was free and fair. And today is the culmination of the winner. And the winner will take all. And the winner will ensure that the people's voice, every citizen of this country, have a voice through their parliamentarians, whether it's opposition or not. So today is not one side. Today is for all, everyone. And most important, Andy, it was fair. There was no violence. There was no crime created during the election. Everyone was fair. Fear of intimidation. So the democracy is alive. Alive again. The democracy is free. So people can express their views through the parliament. And the parliament should be the highest seat in which our people should get representation. From the ground, Andy, not only from the top, from the ground. So let us celebrate. Let us be joyful. And most importantly, let us be thankful to God for protecting our democracy and allowing the voice of the people be heard.
Make sure before you go, let them know where all roads lead to. 12 p.m. today, midday today. Talk to them. I feel your spirit. Oh boy, you're done gone. Again, when you're coming in, let us know where all roads lead today and give your contributions. Where you calling from, caller, and what's your contribution this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Let me tell you something. Since last night, I wanted to go down by the parliament and sit down and wait with a tent like a vagrant underneath a box. So I was to just be there, be a part of history. Barakpo heading to the Red House later. I feel like I want to go from now, but I realize that they might target me, so I'm going to come down when the crowd reach down there. Andy, something had to be wrong with people in this country, especially the supporters of the PNM. I wonder if these people listen to what was said yesterday concerning all them rentals and the millions and millions of dollars that these people just be getting every month. And these are the same people. Now, let me tell you something. I'll worry them can't go just so and rent out a building. They have to be in government to rent out those buildings. And to be in government, you have to have people to put you there. But the people who put in these people there, sitting down in meetings, I worry telling them here what? Look at building a resort house for you to live in. And when you go, the house don't have an under ceiling. The house have about 2 miles of stairway. And this is what these people are giving all you. And all you happy about that. They're telling all you here what? Boil breadfruit, roast breadfruit and eat. Burn your belly. If you ask for any money, increase in your salary, take 4%, or if you don't take that, you're going to lose your work. This is the kind of things people supporting these people and clapping and tell them, okay, all you have to pay property tax. We are fixing no road, all you get no water, but all you put we in government. And it has people who's supposed to be intelligent in this country supporting these people and putting them in government. You understand? Something is wrong with these people. And then, while the only time I'll ever see them is when they want only to put them in government again, they're coming around now with their tight pants, with their private parts squeezing that they can hardly breathe, and hugging up all you and kissing all your children, and all you accepting that dotishness, while all you're fighting to get all those scrapings from CPEP, and have to go and work hours upon hours in all kind of fast food industry. Out of Spain, lost the work in the car park because nobody want the other day here I'm on our next program on Iowa station talking as a dotishness as usual. It's shame. Now we talking we had to work together and build the country and all that. All the time PNM was the only greatest thing for them. Now he under pressure he talking as a dotishness. This is supposed to be an eye-opener for everybody who supported the PNM. And again, go and repent for the sins or the commit on humanity in this country for the citizen by supporting these people and have them in government for so long, starting from Eric Williams. Ask that are living all you have since they're putting them people in government. Eric Williams' daughter could have make a request in the country money. Where she ever worked to have that kind of money to lend a country money for the economy. And all you who scraping up $10, $20 to pay rent in a HEC apartment for how many years, all you cannot move on from there. And all you was supporting this PNM government. What is wrong with all you? These people, how much of all you who support the PNM government could even board the ferry and go to Tobago and come back and spend a weekend in a hotel? All you can't do that. While these people touring the world, them have a private yacht, they have all kind of private jet, all kind of thing, bringing on vehicle where all your 5 generations since all you supporting PNM, all you can afford, and all you supporting these things. And you know, if I have that dotish people will come and say what the Prime Minister said yesterday. She make up that. Somebody gonna make up something and bring it out in the public domain under no parliamentary privileges and things. All so dotish and dumb, all you can understand what the PNM have done to especially the bottom feeder supporters and this country. And all still going ahead and supporting this nonsense. And want to know why it is state in this in Trinidad and Tobago. All are shame now. And it is so remarkable that the same person who is race bait in this country, people like Rowley and things talk about bananas and Calcutta ship and thing, would have all your, would be playing golf and knocking glass with all the fancy people and thing, while all your, they digging drain and sweeping and getting all your I nearly bust and thing because all your equipment to work all your CPAP work. We give all and feel all is supposed to be grateful for that. Something wrong with the country? Let me tell you something, people. Today is a historic day for this country. Who cannot make it? Take some time and probably find some religious spot in all your homes or some kind of thing and say something and thank the Almighty God. Because this couldn't happen without the Almighty God. This is divine intervention. As I always tell people, this is divine intervention we're witnessing here. God step in and save our country, save our people. And they put this lady as a divine miracle to lead us now into a new dimension, because we are not bad people in Trinidad and Tobago. We are a good set of human beings. No in the world you could see a church, a temple, and a mosque standing next to each other and people walking in together and worshiping. Nowhere in the world you see people of every different ethnicity would be partying on the streets together and enjoying life. The only bad thing we have in this country is the PNM. And we have an opportunity now to show the country where unity, love, togetherness would begin. And after this 5 years, PNM won't exist again. I could guarantee you that I'll be alive still to know that for sure. Once Kamla Prasad Bisesa and our government continue the path that they go in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's my patriotic duty as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago to show support, and I will be there.
Let them know where you're going to be bound for as a patriot.
I would be wearing white to signify cleanliness, integrity, respect, love, and unity. And I will be in front of the Red House today, Parliament building. This government, the UNC government, the coalition of interests, to move this country forward and for every citizen to benefit and be proud to say we are Trinbagonians. Have a good morning, Andy. I hope I'll see you down there this today.
And Mr. Balpo is right. All roads lead today. Walk with your umbrellas. Put on your raincoat. We must make history and be part of history. Let us all head to the Parliament today for the first sitting of our new government. And be proud to do just that. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the Growing Report this morning? And don't forget the access phrase. All roads lead to the Parliament. 12 midday today.
All roads lead to the Parliament. 12 midday today. This is Diego Martin. Good morning, Professor Andy, Mickie, and thing. And I am going with a placard. And you know what the placard will say? Vera must go. I want a commission inquiry into the office of the president. It is alleged or is alluding to that she's going to reappoint a fella by the name of Vera SC. Recently got his SC designation last year. But you know what he did in the last parliament? He brought the judges, ambassadors, etc. into disrepute in the parliament. And the former president, Paula May Weeks, did not discipline him. When he said judges and ambassadors call him about the behavior of the then opposition, and the fact that he brought the judiciary into disrepute with those judges getting into the politics. Even the Chief Justice didn't hold an investigation to find out who those judges were. So that man should not be coming into the parliament to spew the gospel of the PNM. That is what our president say. She is there to spew. Sorry, not to spew. To basically tell us about the gospel of the PNM. And it appears to his behavior, voting 99 times with government on all the nefarious activities that the government has done. And he has facilitated and helped the government to collapse this country. You see all these things about the campus not opening and they spend bad money and all of these things.
He contributed to that. So how can you put a person like that? So I am questioning the intelligence of the current president. That is why I want a commission inquiry into all the decisions that in the recent times that the president has made, including Max Richards and the email gate. No. Yesterday there was a startling revelation, and I believe a few people like myself picked up on a critical thing: cost of rental by the government. You know, during COVID, people were struggling to pay rent, and landlords were renegotiating downwards. It appears Tight Pants family and them never reduced the rent from the government. So I would like to see all the rents who were paying, if they fleeced the taxpayers like me, and the government and KCR facilitated him with his exorbitant rental freeze. And that strategy by the current mother of the nation as well. We have to decentralize government. In Port of Spain, they're digging out we eye taxpayers in terms of rental, as she say, just like how she moved Ministry of Agriculture down in Central. Open up the country such that they could access government business not only in Port of Spain but throughout the country. I go on and have a nice morning.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. All roads lead to the parliament today. Today is Friday. Walk with your umbrellas, walk with your raincoats, and in between, make sure you come with the access phrase and let us know what's your front burner. What's supposed to make news that not making news. But it's all about getting each and every one of you all in with your voice notes, with your live calls. As patriots, make your contributions and organize, send your voice notes, and be at the parliament today at 12 noon. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to you. What a wonderful morning. It is not too hot. It's not too, let's say, cold, but perfect. The ideal weather for, of course, a day like today. Very glorious. In fact, it is consistent with what the country after the 28th of April felt a sense of euphoria, a sense of utopia, a sense of relief, a sense of burden, less stress, let me put it that way. And indeed, of course, having a feel of patriotism, and the people are starting to get water, as they say in East Port of Spain, on the third floor. Normally, they will go to the ground floor to fetch water. Well, of course, water is reaching the third floor now via the pipe-borne route. So therefore, that is the feeling of the people, and I expect that they're going to come out in their numbers to, of course, wish the new administration well, and maybe to get a glimpse of those who have generated, when they got the opportunity for a whole of 9 years, and in Tobago, of course, they are still reeling under 21 years. They get an opportunity, of course, to see those who never again they will vote for to be in the highest decision-making, let's say, offices in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is the PNM. So quite a lot of information, quite a lot of expectations, of course, will be, and emotions will be exhibited, I expect. And people are going to have their placards and so on. I doubt any police will want now to, of course, prohibit people from, of course, having a poster congratulating or denouncing if you are, of course, a member of the now opposition. The PNM having been defeated at the polls handsomely on the 28th of April, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, if not yet a month. But that being as it may, the fact of the matter is that, of course, several revelations, and I didn't even realize that it was a Thursday already. I was thinking yesterday was Wednesday. So I know that But I suppose the week is running fast because God knows I need a little break from, of course, all the intensive work. So tonight, of course, no corridor transformation. I'll be, of course, in my favorite, of course, what I consider to be recreational space. In East Port of Spain, on Prince Street, of course, having fun. But of course, focusing on the task that was given to me by the Honorable Prime Minister to put, of course, something together with respect, of course, to what I see as my role in the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to reiterate, no, I will not be sworn in as a senator. However, of course, the Prime Minister did indicate yesterday that when there is a space, people will go for one reason or another, are unable to make it in the Senate. Well, then, of course, I'll be one of those persons who will be, of course, be a temporary senator. And I have no difficulty with that. It is a perfect fit for me, having regard, of course, to my central concern. My central concern is what? Those young people who, of course, are either engaged or have the potential to engage in crime. You'll be hearing more of that as, of course, let's say, when when announcements are being made in relation to matters of that nature. Let me put it that way. All right. So those are areas, and I'm very concerned about, of course, the response by Al-Rari. And once again, I think he puts his both feet in his mouth when he spoke about, of course, where the money, I think it's $135 million was, of course, collected in property tax. And he asked, well, when Kamala Prasad Bissessa, the Honorable Prime Minister, had called for some kind of explanation by him. I mean, he was the man who told us all over the country that this new reform of the local government system is reliant on, or put another way, he gave the excuse that property tax is essential for the unrolling of some illusionary improvement or reform of the local government system, which never came. But that is stereotypical of the past administration, Rowley, the Chinaman, Cho, and all the others who have coalesced into what was called the cabinet of the PNM, and of course, clearly a criminal enterprise that it had morphed into under those leaders aforementioned. But that being as it may, the fact of the matter is that we have a duty and responsibility to get out there and to, of course, support the government. And of course, Al-Rari, saying that refer the matter to your Minister of Finance, trying to be coy, trying to be smart with foolishness, when, of course, a direct question was posed in terms of inquiry by the Prime Minister as to what has happened to the money, because, I mean, he was the man who touted that with Dr. Rowley and others as far as that money is concerned. But what is very, very, very conspicuous, obvious, is that he made no mention of the revelation by the said Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, the Honorable, when, of course, she mentioned that he and his family buildings have been raking in, of course, quite a lot of rent, millions of dollars, from, of course, contracts that may or may not be in sight, may or may not be found, contracts that may have been expired. I saw that he was definitely silent in that matter, to use an oxymoron, but the fact of the matter is that one would have expected that if he was so concerned about the whole question of referencing, asking the Minister of Finance about the property tax money, one would have expected that he would have made a statement clearly suggesting that there was insider trading if it was a business, but it is clear and unadulterated, one would say, corruption, nepotism, cronyism, all of the above, and clearly one would have expected that he would have made some kind of commentary on that particular matter, but he chose not to. And for him, of course, his convenience is a low-hanging fruit, where, of course, he probably believed that he could bear no responsibility by, of course, responding in the way that he did without, as I said, conspicuously responding to, of course, the Prime Minister's statement that he and his family and their buildings all over the country, we know now, and of course, contributing to the 500 million in, of course, rent that has to be paid. And of course, the Prime Minister was very, what I consider to be professional, very diplomatic. And she said, well, listen, these things in these economic times cannot continue. There will be, of course, negotiations downwards towards reducing these rents. And of course, no one will be victimized. I think that was very astute. Not like Rowley. Rowley would have said, well, they said Kamala and they corruptly did this and did that without, of course, using the diplomacy that is required, and the due diligence that would have had to be engaged in order, of course, to initiate some kind of investigation. So, but that being as it may, we have to, of course, always make the comparison. So you'll forgive us, and of course, let those who don't like it eat their heart out. Particularly, of course, those apologists and those who would like to wish away the iniquities and the evil and the wickedness that has been, of course, the PNM over the previous 9 years. And we are going to tell you as it is every day, every minute, every opportunity, simply because they are realities, the veracity of which cannot be questioned. So we would take pride and pleasure, and of course, executing our nationalistic commitment, patriotism, to, of course, making certain that we never have again in Trinidad and Tobago a government like the PNM, like the likes of Rowley and, of course, Imsbert and Hines, and, of course, the Chinaman Young, to be at the helm of our affairs. We know it is disastrous, it is toxic, it is evil, it is putrid, and, of course, cannot be afforded by Trinidad and Tobago. Now, then, and for sure, never in the future. So those are the areas that I would want to focus upon. I know that people wanted to get some motivation to get to the precincts of the Parliament today. 12 o'clock, we advise be there, but only to tell you, as we did yesterday, for those of you who may not have heard what we said, that in the two houses of Parliament, as you know, we have a bicameral parliamentary system. That is to say, we have two houses. We have the lower house, which is the elected house, called the House of Representatives. And we have, of course, the Senate, which, of course, is selected by certain, let's say, officers of the state. In the case of the Prime Minister or the ruling party, there are 16 senators, and then, of course, that of the president, they are called independent senators, 11, and then, of course, 6 by the opposition. In this case, of course, Penelope Beckers. Who they are going to be, we will know today. In every respect. So whether it be the additional ones that have not yet been exposed to the public on the part of the Prime Minister, who has that sole responsibility on behalf of the government, that of the president, we will also know today, and that of the opposition leader, we will also know today. And as I said, both houses will be, of course, in session. And then at some point in time, after they would have selected the president in the case of the Senate, and of course, the speaker, and deputy, of course, in the case of the lower house. And then the process will continue where an announcement will be made that the president of the country, Ms. Kangaloo, will want to, of course, address both houses of parliament in a joint session. And then they will make their way to that particular chamber. Usually it is held in the lower house chamber, the House of Representative chamber. And then, of course, she will make her statement as to her views on the situation. Usually, as protocol will allow, touting, of course, the views of the ruling party, or the party that would have now formed the government. So we look forward to these procedural matters, and then, of course, get down to action afterwards. But then both houses will then return, I believe, to the respective chambers, and then conclude business. And then at the rotunda of the Red House, they will have a gathering, a more cordial and fraternizing opportunity with the usual drinks and eats. And of course, I want to say that yours truly will be there, because in a missed call from the Prime Minister yesterday morning, I did return it, and she said that she called me essentially to, of course, make sure that I was invited, and the candidate, losing candidate, but well performed in Laventille East movement, better than all of the candidates in the Northwestern Peninsula. That is to say, from the Laventilles go right back down to the Diego Martins. Our candidate got over 3,000 votes. The others, I think, will either be much less than that, 2,000 something for the most, including, of course, Philip Alexander's seat in, of course, Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West. So I think from that perspective, I believe that the Laventille East Mover, one of the Laventilles, is well on its way to becoming, of course, a marginal seat in the first instance, if not. And we will test that during the upcoming local government elections to see whether or not we can sustain and work beyond the gains that would have been made in the April 28th general elections. But more significantly, we are communicating with the EBC to find out whether or to make some kind of nexus. Right now, it is theory. It is let's say the notion that somehow the early concession by the PNM might have been they were prepared, of course, to give up and say, well, listen, the UNC, Kamala Prasad, led by Kamala Prasad Bissessa, the now Prime Minister, Honorable, and of course the coalition of interest would have won the election, and we are suspecting that early concession and the combination with the delay in calling the results of the seats in Laventille and further west may well have been that they were prepared, of course, to engage in some kind of activity. Again, of course, it's speculation at this point in time, because to lose any one of the Laventilles for the PNM would have meant, of course, the total decimation immediately of the PNM, because they know how vital any one of the Laventilles or the Laventilles are to the survival of the PNM, having regard to the outcome of the 33-3 scenario in 1986. So we are laboring there. Some may say it's conspiracy theory, but I think it is in good stead, having regard, of course, to the practice, what became the practice of the PNM to, of course, undermine the electoral process. We saw it in 2015, and we also saw it in 2020. So no one must put that beyond them. And therefore, of course, from the chronology of events on election nights, and as I said, the early concession of the PNM, and then we saw the spectacular performance of our candidate, the Love candidate in the coalition, Robert Mitchell, in Laventille East movement, where he got over 3,000 votes, and the PNM just got mere 5,000. Normally, of course, we are talking about 9,000-10,000 versus maybe 1,500 for the opposition prior, of course, to the 28th of April this year. So all of those are factors that we are working on. And as I said, I will not put it beyond the PNM that they would have preferred to announce early they have lost the elections, just to deflect attention away from the fact that one of the Laventers would have gone the way that that everybody else would have gone, like Labre, like of course Point Fortin, and so they sort of ease the pressure that would have been on them, and we are assuming, of course, that in concert with the EBC, and we have a duty and responsibility, and we have, of course, evidence. There's sufficient evidence to show that the EBC may well be a factor in whatever we would have unearthed, having regard, of course, to its function and its action in 2015, extending, of course, the time for election day in 2015 on the behest or the request of Rowley, the PNM leader. And then, of course, we saw the most spectacular exhibition of manipulation and the what I consider to be the compromising of the EBC's role in supervising elections when Rowley went with a slim majority to the parliament, increased the number of seats in Tobago, in the Tobago House of Assembly by 3. It was 12 at the time, and with some spurious, amorphous, of course, argument that came from nowhere, some kind of epiphany. And then, of course, the EBC went into action and literally divided up, of course, what would have been PNM-dominated electoral districts in Tobago, and to find out 3 seats. But of course, the people of Tobago made it very, very, very clear that they don't want PNM around, and as a consequence, there was a 14-1. I love to say 15 because I believe that Tobago was shortchanged. And it's only we, of course, on the ground report predicted that. We were on the ground in Tobago, and we were telegraphing to all and sundry, in spite, of course, of the NACTA polls and all the other pollsters, and not only in that particular election, but even in the one just concluded, because all of them were saying, of course, they gave the PNM the edge, and we were talking about 39 seats. And of course, the landslide did, in fact, come after the announcement on the 28th of April. But in the case of Tobago, clearly, we have seen that they have jettisoned the PNM across there. PNM lost, of course, both constituencies. 2, of course, the TPP, the Tobago People's Party, and Fali is loud and in charge. And in fact, he's now announcing early. He is sending the alarm, or he is, of course, he's telegraphing to all and sundry. Of course, what's a joke? Poor fella. We will have a comment on him later down the road, but I think his political future has expired. But the fact of the matter is that Fali, as head of the Tobago House of Assembly, the chief secretary, is now, of course, toying with the idea of an early elections. In fact, I think he put it in biblical context. He used a biblical term to suggest, of course, the 10 not virgins, but I think is the 10 attendees to the story about the wedding, when of course there were 10, and of course I believe 5 did not prepare their lamps properly in terms of oiling their lamp, and when they went, of course, to fetch those who were prepared, got in and was invited and participated, whilst the others, of course, had to stay out. Well, of course, is in that context. I may get it wrong, but I think it's in that general context, meaning that it may come like a thief in the night. So whether the PNM is ready, I don't think so. Whether Duke is ready, I don't think so either. So Fali would have had, of course, a total control of Tobago if, of course, an early THA election is called. And those are some of the areas, my friend, that I would wanted to, of course, share with the population at this time. And if there are any questions or any other issues, I would gladly raise. Of course, we want to congratulate at the same time those firemen. I think it's about 200 280, nearly 300. I may be mistaken in my figures as well, but nonetheless, a large amount of auxiliary firemen has now been, of course, incorporated into the regular fire service, and therefore their security of tenure and their skepticism as to whether or not all the years that some of them might have served would amount to zero. Well, of course, they are now incorporated and will be, of course, benefiting from the emoluments and some of the other benefits that ordinary firemen will get. So kudos to the government. And of course, that announcement was made by the Minister of Homeland Security, Mr. Roger Alexander, and beautiful. I think it was a red letter day for the people in the fire service, and I think there's still a shortage of 400 of them to be filled as well. And of course, the announcement was and is that there will be some kind of recruiting exercise to be announced in the not too distant future. The Prime Minister, of course, did express her concern with respect to a number of other issues, the debate campus, for example, and of course the sudden pronouncement by the UWI, of course, making it very clear, or of course bringing to the forefront the argument that over 10 years the campus remain in fallow, unused, or put another way, underused, because I understand that Roy Tech would have had some classes there, but by and large, 75%, according to Munilal, of the facility was not used and was left to go into fallow, just as some of the schools that we see across the country. If you look at the corridor last night, you would have seen, of course, I did in fact go to the reform area where, of course, early childhood center, as well as a primary school. I thought it was a secondary school, but then when I look at the notice board, I realized it was a primary school, and it's the same deception I got in Palasico. But that is how the UNC does it. Make things look grand, look healthy, look, of course, that they are people-centered and that the people appreciate that which, of course, is provided by the state. So I ought not to have been surprised. But when I looked at the notice board, I see it was the Reform Primary School, and then, of course, you had the Reform Early Childhood Center, of course, both of which were in ruin, even though, of course, the Childhood Center would have been completed. But, of course, nature took it over to such a degree that where the entrance would have been, a large tree grew up there, and if it was in operation and that tree was there, you would have had to pass through the front gate, climb the tree, and then, of course, maybe hang on to a branch in order to reach one of the classes or the auditorium. That is how that place has been overrun by nature. So those are the areas. Andy, I hand back to you now, unless, of course, you want me to assist in any other area. Yes, indeed. It appears that he is still engaged. But let me say that, of course, the Prime Minister is very adamant that the debate campus will be used for the original purpose it was constructed, and that is, of course, to provide legal training to members in the Deep South and San Fernando and environs community, rather than having to come down north or come up north to the University of the West Indies at St. Augustine. It will save a lot of time and money, and its convenience, of course, cannot be questioned. Of course, the UWI has made a statement saying that it intended to start classes of medical nature, medical classes in August of this year, well, of course, it seems that they have, of course, a challenge on their hands because the Prime Minister has issued a warning to them that do not, of course, test the present government. They are adamant that it will be for legal and maybe forensic, and I think there's another area that she would want to function in terms of training at that facility, and that, of course, the idea of UWI using that campus for the purpose for which was announced. Clearly, there is what I consider a brewing confrontation. Of course, the government will get its way; it's government's money. What we don't know is whether or not the last government had vested the property and all of its assets and so on with or in the UWI, of course, and that will have some legal parameters as well. But the Prime Minister is adamant that it be reverted to the original purpose for which it was constructed.
She talk like a boss.
She act as a boss. She conducted herself as a boss, and she, of course, made what I consider to be boss-like expressions and made it very, very pellucid that the government will have its way ultimately. I know that the last government...
No, but all you who saying 1:30 p.m. today, no. We head into Parliament from 12. Remember, 1:30 is when the people done in day. All they need to be there from 12 when they now go in entering the Parliament. So you need to be early.
You have Parliament just before.
Exactly.
So you will be, you cannot say that you will be too early. Because the two houses will convene before the 1:30 plenary session where both houses will meet. But by that time, they would have finished their procedural business in both houses. So you will be on time.
Nice. So all the lines are open. Yes. I just had was to step out a bit. Yes. And Lennox Smith break down a lot of things. He went into a lot of things. So now it's your time now. You know the tune. My turn now. Hey. Morning caller. Morning next caller. We're calling from. What's your contribution on the Gong Report? And don't forget the access phrase. All roads lead to the Parliament today. 12 midday. Walk with all the umbrella, walk with all the raincoats, but let us know where you're calling from. Go ahead, don't forget the access phrase.
Good morning, guys. All roads lead to the Parliament today. And it's 12 o'clock too late, I'm going down before that. I don't want to miss a beat, you understand? So we will be there. And it's 10 long years we waiting for this. 10 long years. So we want to thank God for that this day has arrived. So we must go out and celebrate. I don't care if the sun burn me, I don't care if the rain wet me. In the name of Jesus, I will be there. Andy, you know something? I look at my Prime Minister yesterday when she was talking about what these people did to the campus. You know what the PNM government wasted it. And she stood up there like a really, God, I tell you, I like how she moving this time. She stood there with confidence, like a real leader, and let them know that the university or the campus, whatever it is, going to be used for its original purpose. What UNC built it 10 years ago for, that is what it is going to be used for, and not what the PNM and the cohort wanted to be built for, you understand? So we're moving up, we're looking good. And Andy, I want to tell I see all my ministers, they're working, they're performing, you understand? But I see them cleaning a drain, Andy. And when they put, I don't know if it's tobacco, they call it, in the mud, it's stick. So I want them to work. I want them to fix everything. But all you don't run all your blood to water to try to clean up 10 years of mess in a day. It is going to be done, and it is being done, because we know this government stands for performance. Right? We want all you to perform, but don't try to do the best possible. Do. And another thing I want to say, Andy, this morning, I saw yesterday afternoon on Ian Allen, where they arrested 5 young men in a stolen car, and they had them on the highway. Very good, Mr. Allen. You are doing an excellent job. Thanks to the police. Like people starting to work. I am hoping and praying, Andy, that my government, when they have the power to do things, to fix things, and I want them to fix COVID, because a lot of them don't want things to be fixed, they want it to continue. So I don't know, but I am hoping that the law, this bill that Don C. Arari made, I hope they will fix that, because I am watching yesterday, after the police and after Ian Allen hold these people for whatever crimes they committed or whatever, why it is these people must have bail after they are held. The next day, they're out and they're at large again. Yeah, all of that has to be stopped, right? I am expecting my government to be good, to be kind, to be good to the people in the country, and I know they will be. But I want them to be real tough too. I want them to be real tough. We have to end this crime, you understand? I want the police to do like how Burroughs used to do it. They talk about human rights and human rights. When they're killing and people, right? The people that they're killing and raping and robbing and terrorizing, them don't have no rights. But the ones who commit the crime, all they want to protect them. I want them to hold them, go, you don't know where they are, go break down the door, break down the window, but just get the right ones, and let them know what time it is, you understand? The crime would not stop by acting kind and soft. We want kindness and soft as good law-abiding citizens. But the criminals, deal with them dread, you understand? All this nonsense has to stop. Stop this at a bail, stop treating these people as if they have all the rights, and the innocent law-abiding people, they have no rights, you understand? So, Andy, we're looking good, we're moving good, we're praying, we're supporting, and here now we're living with government, and we know we will do well. Right, so let us, and here now, Andy, when I watched yesterday, and I saw my Prime Minister had that sheet with the amount of rentals, and Andy, what in the name of God? People say about move on, but you feel you could just get up and move on when you see in your face every day the evils of the PLM. We want to move on. We don't want to see them. We don't want to hear them. We don't want to talk about them. But let the truth be told. Here now, Andy, what these people do with all these millions? People can't buy a bread. People couldn't see about their children. It had no medicine. And all these people do, all they did was give millions and billions to their friends and family, and the rest of you out here catching me there. Andy, God don't sleep. God don't sleep. But at least, we're looking forward to a brighter day. So people, all you come out in all your thousands, we want them paying them to see hundreds of thousands out there, loving up, supporting and praising and thanking God for the new government. So come out, and let them see that the PNM police can run. Much time I went down there, Andy, so when UNC went to support anything, maybe we went to support UNC with whatever was taking place in the parliament. And the police tell the PNM police tell you, you can't stand up here, you can't go here, move from here. Hey, not a day. We come in, we're going to be lawful, we come in and we are standing there, and thank God, them PNM police can't come to run nobody today. You understand? God bless UNC, God bless Trinidad and Tobago, and God bless all the people of Trinidad and Tobago who made this happen. And I want to say this morning a special blessings to the people in the 13 constituencies where the PNM won the seat. There were thousands of people who voted for UNC in those constituencies, even though they didn't win there, but there were people who did what they were supposed to do. So blessings to you all. You all contributed to making Trinidad and Tobago a better place. The only thing I'm sorry for, Andy, I have to be grateful, but I wish it had none of them, not one of them, PNM in we face today. Anyway, people, blessings, let us keep on praying, let us keep on supporting, and trust me, man, Trinidad will rise again. I am looking forward to a beautiful country. But remember, we all have to do our part. Blessings, Andy.
Thank you very much, Mammy Roadbrook. Morning call away, calling from, what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Welcome, and all roads lead to the parliament today, 12 p.m., midday today. Go ahead.
Yes, Andy. Morning. All we lose
But one thing, you see the part where she say the police ain't gonna run away is a security measure, so we might be in the Woodford Square, it might be, but because of the parade and stuff, remember all the soldiers and things are parade. So most likely we might be in the Woodford Square and not on the streets, right? That's the only thing, because of the security details and stuff, we might be in the Woodford Square. So don't say we can't be on the road and thing unless me know what happened, but most likely we might be in the square. Another thing I want to say too, she talk about the bail and thing. We can't do nothing about bail. Even though the government, because remember this bail thing, it went to the Privy Council, where people was allowed now, because they have rights to get bail. That case went to the Privy Council. So we had to abide by that, and the people of them, it could be a revolving door, they will get bail. So no matter the most thing I do is say, all right, they might get 120 days without bail, but everybody entitled, even murderers entitled to bail. Is up to the magistrate and the judge, and they can carry it further than that. Right? But we would want to see the police and them doing good, get the criminals on them, and deal with it. It was nice to see the fires on them on the floor and things. I don't feel the brunt of it. Don't come and play like robbing people in Trinidad and home invasions and getting away with it. We need to see the police on them working, getting the equipment to work with, and move on from there. But I would love to see everybody getting a sway into the and stuff, so we can get the country rolling, because as is, we ain't really rolling anyway yet. But I want to see everybody in there so they could start the people's business and let people feel a more comfort in living. We must feel a burn of ease off his shoulder, because I already feel no ease yet, but I need to feel a better ease off my shoulder, man. Get prices down, get people employed, and all these things. But all roads to Parliament today, man, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
You ready to speak to me? You ready to speak to me now, Andy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good morning to you, Lennox, Mickie, and to everybody. And all roads leads to the Parliament this morning. Andy, she tell them don't test her. She mean business, don't test me. And she reading them the riot act. If you don't do what I say, we're going to move it under the purview of the government. You're right. Don't play nothing with them now. Because for 10 years, you sat down there. You never even made an effort to ask Rowley to fix that building, to open so that people could use the buildings, right? And now you want to complain, or you're telling them what to do and what not to do. No, it's not working. So again, and Andy, as you heard her saying, they have been working, despite what people saying, they have been working, because she already chose a lot of people for boards, state boards, right? NGC and WASA and all these places. So all who want to feel because she home and she not working. And I want to, before I forget, I want to tell Prior Bihari, you like to get a dementia. This is the third briefing, and this is the third time you have asked her about the property tax. You better make a mental note, or let somebody remind you that she already spoken about the property tax. But Andy, the biggest shocker is, and I said it the day Faris was running his mouth in the savannah with Penny, right? He is getting on like that because he know he's one of the low-hanging fruits that they're coming for, and they started with the rent. It is ridiculous. They're greedy, Andy. That is greed. Now, I always say, every man is the architect of his own fortune, right? But you can't come and tell me, Andy, you can only drive one car. You can only eat one mouthful of food at a time, right? You can only sleep on one bed. You can only have one of this, one of the other. Why all the greedy so? All it taken from people, and all they don't realize that somebody else could get something. And I want to ask all those people, all those PNMIs who love to use the term, they sell out. There's a sellout African, and you know, is a what African and whatever African. How many buildings did Faris recuse himself for to get the 4 little rent? How many buildings all they have the Faris got help all they get it rented, right? How many times they recuse themselves? Even Stuart Young to give all your contract, $1,000 contract, but all they could to talk about people who's like bottom this, like this and like that, right? Because they support another party, but PNM do nothing for all you. They did nothing for all you. When partnership government first came in 2010, they started the cesspit eradication in Laventille. From the time PNM came in 2015, Franklin Khan said that they have to stop it because they have no money. And Rowley went on by paintings and canting to show that they have no respect for all you. But hear what? All who say we already win and move on, no, it is not moving on. Because if we had moved on, we would have never known about that rent yesterday. We knew about it, but the amount. And I wanted to add, look, our next one. Rohan best friend, Ricky Ragunanan. He get bus pass for his wife, his daughter, his son, his mama, his papa, his nanny and his auntie, he compare Makome. Everybody get bus route pass for. What all of them doing on the bus route? What all they doing on the bus route? But you see, when you have friends in high places, unless somebody break the thing and go on the bus route, you can see what happened to them. That is why it's to start stripping them, start taking from them, right? And let them see what it feels like to be on the receiving end. I have no sympathies, you know, Andy. I have none whatsoever. Do, Mrs. Pasabi says, so please do what you have to do to bring this country back. And she also mentioned the escort, the security. She also mentioned that because you remember when we were locked down with COVID and no prisoners were being transported. You remember Stuart Young, that he was then the Minister of National Security. He said that they were using them for community patrol. That nice, eh? That's real nice. But all that will done soon. Thanks a lot, Andy. Have a good morning, and we'll catch up down the road. Take care.
Thank you very much. We will meet down the road. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What next? Who next?
Andy, I think it's worth mentioning that while, of course, she ready to attack to all and sundry, including, of course, UWI, he did say that if you want there for medical, well, the Cuba Hospital was there, and, of course, the medical facility that was supposed to be a teaching school, a medical teaching school that was part of the administrative building in San Fernando. So, so they have alternative. In other words, they didn't leave them. She has not left them high and dry. What you can do is revert to that original plan, because you have something. If you want, yes, we need medical doctors and so on in the West Indies, and the UWI, of course, is the premier institution to, of course, develop that talent, that skill, that profession. Well, of course, you have the Cuba Hospital and, of course, the teaching hospital in San Fernando.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
All roads lead to the Parliament this morning. Pleasant good morning, Andy.
Pleasant good morning to you.
Dr. Ann Brown here, Mr. Lennox, Mickie, Director, Our Girl Family, Workers Platform, and all on the live stream. Andy, this morning, God has blessed us with clear blue skies. That in itself is a blessing. And again, all roads lead to the Parliament this morning. And we, the ground troops, are coming out in full support for our Queen and Mother, the Honorable Mrs. Kamala Prasad, Decessor SC. It is a great day. God's blessing. And I say thank you, Father God, for this blessing. Have a blessed day. Gentlemen, I'll see you in front of the Parliament today.
Andy, good morning. Andy, good morning. Orlando Upton. Andy, I want that press conference with the Prime Minister, and what a breath of fresh air. And all the wastage of money by the Cuban government. Oh my God, Andy, with all the money the government want, a fee, and they give the chance. They could have run the country, they have to waste money around. And the money is stolen. The amount of money, they need to take all the money back from Arawi. Arawi need to give back all that money. They need to take their account and just take the money. Just seize his account. That's just ridiculous. All that money. And then stupid reporters are waiting to find the money. And they dumb and dopey and stupid reporters. They need to go back, send them back to school. The cameras should all go back to school and learn how to do reporting. They have no idea how to report, man. They got asked a dumb question, sorry. That's a dumb question. And foolish. Keep asking the same question all the time. What happened? They're like a record sticker. They have to say thing all the time. I say question all the time. The camera need to put them in the position. They come back with the same question, say, listen, maybe we'll tell last week, sorry. Move on. This is foolish. But the press conference was a breath of fresh air. And later, bye.
Good morning, Ground Report. I think people could look at Parliamentary Channel. Just look for Parliamentary Channel on the television and you will see all what's going on in Parliament. Bye.
Good morning, Andy and Lennox. The Dishonorable Minister of Macro and Kamla Business, Marsha Walker, has a soft spot in her heart for deportees. So she's insistent that when all the deportees come into the country, that she will house them at her home personally, at her leisure, because she has nothing else to do but to mind Kamla's business. So, UNC, when all the deportees come in, please contact the Minister of Macro and Kamla's Business, Marsha Walker, where she will house all the deportees at her leisure because she has nothing else to do than to mind Kamla's business. Have a good day. Have a good
Bang, 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 bang,
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
So, Minister of Macro and Kamla Business, Marsha Walker, you say most likely be hosting those people. But we will await because you just have to make sure that she'll be hosting all those people at her residence. Oh my gosh.
But of course, from the
Good morning.
Oh, sorry. No, go
Good
ahead.
morning, Andy. All that money excessively that they charge, some of that could go to Tobago. You know, Tobago have to be mentioned in this corruption, the airport, etc. They starve out Tobago because they did not win. You know? Yeah, and plenty of people say, Fally. You're giving the man limited amount of money. Huh? Fally, you see the good heart, the man, the face alone could show your honesty and want to do good as a youth. Yeah, man. Have a lovely morning and bless Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning, Ground Report. This is Shabana. All road lead to what I saying this morning with flag in hand. I want to see the United National Congress flag flying, the flag of Trinidad and Tobago, the flag of the Coalition of Interest. All those parties were joined the front flying, the trade union flag. Everybody must come down there with the flag in hand flying, represent the organization you are in a real way. We are here to say we ain't going no place. It better be known.
Hi, good morning, Ground Report. St. Joseph Lady here. Hello to Andy, Mickie, Lennox, and all the listening public.
Mute your phone, Lennox.
My pet grievance with the past government is that ridiculous Ministry of Health building around the Savannah. I want to know how many people working inside of that building that they needed it to be so big. I feel another ministry could go inside of there. Somebody could share with them, social welfare or somebody, you know, do a floor, one floor, social welfare, you know. How many people working in the Ministry of Health? It is so ridiculous. And that again was another deal, a build and rent that I think it was NH that built it. I am hoping that PAHO's office is in there because that would be a good use of that space. But they need to do a square foot usage thing. And I am sure that Minister Smith, Minister Dominic, will take care of that because, oh my gosh, it's so obscene to be passing that building. Okay, you all have a good day.
Andy, Mickie, Lennox, Metro and Tobago Central here. Good morning. Andy, short and sweet because I know it's time to close off. You see this?
They say yesterday voice note, it really short and sweet. Right there, yesterday's voice note.
Person had passed with his teenager daughter, the 15-year-old. Oh Lord, condolences to him, and that was very, very sad. You understand?
Oh boy, all the man are live, eh? Live, we live on radio, we live. I can't answer.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning.
I'm just trying.
Go ahead, Angar.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to all your listeners.
Yes.
So I'm just touching base. I'm alive. I'm well. Right? And I'm just trying to put things in place at this point in time in Toko Sangre Grande so that the residents would be able to meet with the MP. We'll be able to address the issues and so on that plague Toko Sangre Grande, which has been unattended for the past 9 years. So we are working behind the scenes slowly but surely to try to get things on the way. Things are a bit slow, in our approach so far, but nevertheless we are just waiting on some issues to sort out in terms of the MP office and so on. And then we would be able to interact a little more with the constituents of Toko Sangre Grande. Okay?
Nice. Oh boy. Chantabego, that was campaign manager and alderman Mr. Angar, man. Mr. Angar. Oh boy, so you all heard, so you the people of Sandy Grande, Toko, Sandy Grande, Valencia, that things are being put in place so you'll be able to meet our MP very, very soon. Remember, Parliament now thinking, and in order for it to have a MP office, Parliament had to call, and the Parliament now is who they send money in order to provide for the office and office staff and all those various things. So it's a little wait, but it's a good wait because before when that dirty, stinking, nasty, taxing, lying, thieving, spranging, piping, wicked blight, Obia walking government was there. Man, we was waiting forever and nothing wasn't going to happen anyhow. Hey, thanks so much, Alderman Angar, for all the hard work.
Andy, and you take care.
Yes. That's what we're talking about. Nice, let's continue. Oh boy, that's the Alderman in Shogunas. Right, so I know this voice note, let me finish her yesterday and play she today one.
That is why you see going forward in all these health facilities and them, we as the ground people ain't making no type of joke with them. You hear what I said? There's too much ratchet have been going on for the longest while under this stinking, dead, wicked, cold-hearted, bad mind, stinking, piping, spranging PNM government, and there is no more of that corruption should be continue going on in this place. You hear? At the end of the day, you see all who cripple this country, hear what I'm telling all you. Soon it will be silver bracelets and blue lights coming to greet all you. You hear? Because enough is enough, and all is to stink and wicked to do the people what all they have done in this country. You hear what I'm saying? People at the end of the day, who is one nation, one love and it's one unity and it's goodness you want in this place. All right? Let us stay focused and be each other brothers and sisters keepers and do what is writing in this country. It's only love we're spreading around this place. You hear? At the ending of the day, that is the forwardness we're going with in this land. You don't know. And it's that.
Bang, 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 bang.
And they Mickie, Lennox, Metro and Tobago Central here. Pleasant good morning. And I must say yesterday, our political leader, our prime minister, our mother of the nation, the queen of the land, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, thank you very, very much from the citizens of this country for giving us that refreshment and that up-to-date information from this wicked, cold-hearted, stink-minded, bad-mind, thiefing, piping, sprunging, hand no vision, care on a country, can't step in your shoes. Dead PNM government, the kind of corruption and nastiness that these people was doing when they was up inside our comfort zone there. You understand what I'm saying? It is very heartbreaking to hear these type of things yesterday. From our Prime Minister, how she's investigating, and I love how they're doing it, Andy. That is the way how to do performance in this country, and investigate from the top to the bottom. You understand what we're saying? Because it's too many times and repeatedly, the country just going over in circles with this nonsense, with this stink dead PNM government. But I thank the Almighty Lord that everybody put on the thinking cap and they did the right thing on the 28th. You understand? So that the country could feel more light and move it with prosperity. And this is exactly what we want as a government, to run our business, our affairs in this country. Right? But nevertheless, people, all roads lead to in front of Parliament this morning. And we will be out there in our numbers. When I tell you people from any central zone will be up there, man, you will see it for yourself. You hear what I say? Because this thing spread like wildfire. You hear? It's going to give you a kind of a remembrance of the 28th on the night of victory night. Because you could hear it in the people's voices and the victory that they're feeling right about now. Right? It's just waiting for things to settle up. And you're going to see how everything going to fall in place. Right? Yes, there are a lot of people who like to get, certain things put in place to them and whatever the case is. But everything is in time. Everything have its own timing. You understand? Let us kick them off by going off there and doing what it is supposed to do by seeing about the people affairs in this country. And I already know that they're already putting things in place, and that is so good. You understand, Andy? And to these reporters and them, let me let you know something. At the end of the day, when this wicked, cold-hearted Rowley was there, all you could have never questioned this man so. And all you come in with some ridiculous thing and repeating the same question over and over and over. If all your short memories, try and drink some giggle, so that will help all your memories to remember all your asked that question already and it was answered. 3-4 times you have to be reminding them to tell them, hey, that question was answered already. Come on, man, all you could do better than that. Right? Take all your time and pat down. If all you're taking wine up from the other dead side, we don't want that kind of nastiness and corruptedness and deceitfulness with all you, okay? So, do all your thing, do it in a professional order, and at the end of the day, the country locked on and listening. So just remember, people, with one nation, one love, and one unity, and we're going with forwardness and goodness in this country. You hear? Remember, come out in all the numbers this morning by the Red House and support all the governments who is going in inside of there to see about our affairs. All right? Locked on and listening, and it's that.
Good morning, Ground Report, Brother Andy.
Mighty K, and Brother Lennox. I heard a caller said earlier on that to leave Kamala alone and that the Lord has put her there because He saw what she went through in 2015. In 2010 to 2015, and she did try her best. You understand? So that is God's doing. You know, we have to give her that support, and may God continue to bless her. You know, and that she gets through with her plan. She may not get through with everything, but we thank God for putting her there, for having a heart. Good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning. Good morning to our Ground Report family, UNC family, and to all where this broadcast is being heard. You know, when I was hearing the Prime Minister making a statement yesterday during the media briefing, I was very shocked. Believe me, I was shocked to hear that amount of money that is being channeled for rent and in other purposes, money that was wasted because of friends and for friends and family. And you know the media, as the gentleman rightfully said a while ago, you know the media was hearing all about that when the opposition was asking the questions at various stages in the parliament. And the media never picked up on that. Why? Is it because the amount of money they was getting from the government in advertising dollars that they was afraid or they remain silent? Is that so? If the media was supposed to be the watchdog of democracy in our society, then what were they watching? What were they doing? There was this supporting banditry and high-level corruption in the government. How could the media say they're fair to the people of this country today? It is shame, it is an outright shame for where the media is today, supporting, aided the government in their theft and destruction of our precious financial resources. Where we are in this situation today, much more could have been done with that money. But I am really not surprised. After all, the power of money, as they say, money talks and Gobar walks. Gentlemen, thank you. And as we say, all road leads to the parliament today. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
Andy, good morning again to you, Mickie, Lennox, and to everybody. Andy, one of the things that we were praying for, I was praying for Mrs. Prasad Bissessa to get into office is to expose the nastiness of the PNM. And Andy, that is one of the things we have to be very grateful for. That she got in there. I used to beg Papa Gods and Mama Gods and them, please, if it's the only thing give us the victory for is to expose that. And so says so then, because we had to know what was going on. We had to know, and we know it's going to have more. And you know, today you're going to see a lot of press conferences from all the opposition leaders and them, Faris, Stuart Young, everybody coming up with a different point of view. With all that they raised yesterday at the press briefing, right? They're going to hear it. And I know she has a lot of work to do. She is going to do it with the help of God, because we are going to continue praying for her and her government to succeed, because they want to see her fail bad, you know. But God didn't put her there to fail. He didn't put her there to fail. And she showed them already, don't test me. That is the true strength of her. Thanks a lot, Andy, and have a good one.
Good morning, Ground Report. This is Shabana. All road lead to what I saying this morning, with flag in hand. I want to see the United National Congress flag flying the flag of Trinidad and Tobago, the flag of the Coalition of Interest, all those parties were joined the front flying the trade union flag. Everybody must come down there with the flag in hand flying, represent the organization you are in a real way. We are here to say we ain't going no place. It better be known.
Good morning, Ground Report crew. This is Maraval here. Well, all roads lead to the parliament, but the thing about it is most Muslim people who wanted to go to the parliament and witness the opening will not be able to do so because today is Friday and the parliamentary opening happening at the same time as Juma prayers. So, unfortunately, I and other people who are Muslims in the community will not be able to attend the opening from 12. But right after Juma finish, bet your bottom dollar we come in by the square to see what to do what we have to honor and cheer on our Prime Minister and our new government. Right? That's the only thing that I kind of a little sad about this morning that I will not be able to make it because I had to go and worship my Lord.
Don't worry, after Juma, man, all Muslims, after Juma, all they come down.
But Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, kudos to you, my Prime Minister. You're on fire. You're giving them thunder and they can't handle it. Right? That is why they don't know. That's why the media they had no other choice but to applaud you last night because they realize it's a whole new dynamic, it's a whole new paradigm now. It's not about insulting and belittling the people again. It's about talking with compassion and talking with determination to get things done for the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Right? And people, the journey now starts. All of those people who clamoring for back pay, because I was following the chat yesterday evening, I was looking at the post-cabinet news briefing, and everybody, it was said that them only asking about back pay, back pay, back pay. All they have a little blasted patience now. 10 years, all they wait and all they get no back pay from the PNM, right? The UNC government now coming to power. It's only about 3 weeks. She's putting things in place to make up the money so that all they could get all their back pay, right? So just humble, keep a little patience, and everybody will get what was promised to them, and perhaps more, right? I want them to finish up that UE campus. Let me see if we can get more students inside of here, and more people actually enriching themselves and expanding their knowledge base and so on. Let us see about getting the revenue streams going first before we talk about back pay, right? Parliament open today, you will see a lot of legislation passing to get things done and to put things in place for the benefit of the people, right? I am hoping and I am appealing to the opposition members of Parliament today, right? Let us carry on the parliamentary sessions with mutual respect on both sides, not like how it happened with people calling people names and insulting people and all that kind of thing across the benches, like during the last 10 years. All right, and we are the beginning of a whole new dynamic and a change in how the political landscape is going to operate in Trinidad and Tobago. Have a nice day, people.
Good morning, gentlemen. A beautiful day to you all. And what a wonderful day it is that the new government will go into Parliament today and start doing the people business as they started before. But they're going to get going there and do much more for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Gentlemen, I listened to the Prime Minister yesterday. All that money was paid to rent to Faris Alwari, friends and families. And you know what? The Prime Minister at the time, Keith Rowley, closed down the educational facility just not to pay the contractors, those small contractors. You see the wickedness and vindictiveness of that last regime? So Alwari could have gotten all the money he wanted, but the poor people who borrow from the bank, who own hardwares, who own suppliers, couldn't get their money at all. This is what we were experiencing in this country. And the Prime Minister was saying, tighten your belt. So his cabinet ministers, his friends, everybody could have gotten the large portion of the cake. But we, ordinary people, the ordinary small contractors couldn't even get the crumbs. This is what was happening in this country. God bless this country through Kamala Prasad, Bibisesa, and putting them in government to expose the PNM. Otherwise, we would never have known. That is why I now know why Imbut wanted to go back up there in as a representative in Deo Martin in order, hoping the PNM win, to go back inside there and to cook up the books and to hide it from us. But God is a good God. God is a mighty God. That He sees all the wrongs that was going on in this country, and He has once and for all settled it. And only God has put United National Congress into government under the astute leadership of Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa. It can only get better because God is in control. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, Andy. I have a hot 100% tariff sardines and boiled eggs fart for Slimy and Patricia Reed for their illiterate comments on the chat. Suck it all up, Slimy and Patricia. Suck it.
Peace and blessings of the Most High upon the panel of the Ground Report, and everybody, all right thinking persons of Trinidad and Tobago. And I confidently and proudly declare all roads.
Go ahead, Teacher Balmain, go ahead.
Hello, good morning, Andy and Lennox, all viewers and listeners of the Ground Report. It's a really most beautiful Friday morning, and we are all very happy to be able to get to Port of Spain, to be able to witness this first in a lifetime experience for all of us. We've worked very hard, we have prayed, we've come together. Victory was ours on the 28th. And now, today, Parliament is going to be sitting for the first session, and we are going to be there. It's a sweet taste, but we know we have a team led by a leader who has compassion, who has love, who wants the best for all of us, and we are going to be supporting her 100%. And I just want to remind all the MPs and ministers, you have been given a task, and please don't be found wanting. Do your job to the best of your ability. And if you need help, even source help in areas where you think you are deficient, so that together we will move mountains in Trinidad. We will see a Trinidad that people had never seen before. All because we are going to be honest, we are going to give our best, and we are going to care about the people, we are going to listen to the people, and we are going to ensure that they are happy. Remember, there is where it begins, at the ground level. That is why we are called the Ground Report, because there is where it all starts. So today, let us find ourselves in Port of Spain. Let us enjoy the euphoria that is going to be there. I know it's going to be a large, large crowd. So hoping to see all of you there. And we look forward to greater things. Thank you. and stay blessed as our songs say, and even our anthem. May God bless our nation so that we all can improve and get to where we need to be. Thank you very much and blessings.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Don't forget the access phrase. All roads lead to Port of Spain this for 12 o'clock by the Parliament, by the Red House, at Woodford Square. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, blessed good morning. You see the Prime Minister of our country, Trinidad and Tobago, she's a wonderful woman. Very, very, very wonderful woman. That's all I have to say.
No, but before you go, you say that based on yesterday's cabinet press briefing. Oh boy, you're gone.
Yeah, gone.
Hey. All right, man. Mikey, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed. Political leader of love, Lennox. Well, he's probably in another room in the mansion. Our technical director and everyone, our Gael family, our regional brothers and sisters, locked on wherever you are across the world. What a day, what a big day. All roads headed to Port of Spain by the Red House. And of course, the ceremonial process is supposed to begin at around 1 p.m. So let's all gather in our
12
numbers.
o'clock. We want to be reaching there for 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's when the MPs and the movie now passing and the senators will be passing. Because remember, 1 o'clock is when they're already in there going and start.
Lovely. So we're going to meet for 12. 12
yeah,
is good.
12 o'clock.
I don't know. A lot of information is coming in. Those who were selected, of course, on the government side, a pleasant good morning and congratulations to you, Senator David Nackett, Attorney at Law, Mr. Alaha, and everyone else who has been selected. Yes, as senators in the past 24 hours, must say a good morning and congratulations. Word coming out of the opposition camp, not confirmed, but this is what's being said, coming out of the PNM camp led by Penelope Beckles. As far as the PNM, the opposition senators, looking at Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Rambley, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, and Kwesi Robinson. So quite interesting. Let's see if we get confirmation on that information. But that's
Robert Amar?
At this time.
Robert Amar?
Again, this is what's being bandied about at this time for the opposition. 6 senators: Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Rambley, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, and Kwesi Robinson.
Oh boy.
So a lot is taking place. Big day, big day. Who's on the outside? Those of you making your way down early, because I know some people are coming from quite a distance. It's a big day. It's a big day. Who's on the outside?
Oh, sir. Oh boy. Yes. Let me finish this thing here.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey. Good morning, Trante Bigo. Good morning to everybody who's on the line.
Let me take the call. We will play the voice note in a bit. Go ahead, caller.
Blessed morning, Andy. Blessed morning, Lennox. Blessed morning, Mikey.
Morning,
Triple G. Morning, my brother.
All release to Parliament this afternoon, this evening. What time you going down, Andy? About 12?
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
And the island, that press conference with the Honorable the Prime Minister, Kamala, she well spoken. She really attack on some of them too. No, but people will collecting what should pass and thing, boy.
Yeah, boy. They must overdoing it, boy.
Yeah, they must overdoing it, but they must abusing the state. Ricky and the whole family get bus route pass. You want to take back all of them bus route pass from them. But now you Mikey call out the senators and them Lennox Roberto Mario, you go and pay them.
But this is the word that is being bandied about. These are the names. It hasn't been confirmed as yet, but Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Ramboli, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, and Kwesi Robinson.
Fireburn all of them, especially Roberto Mario, to these people and wicked. I look to all this. I will see all later on, man. I go on.
All right, thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller.
Morning. Just imagine this. I can't believe what I know here, Mr. Amal. You always text to Mr. Amal, but isn't he? He was the one that to say that he was going to some press conference or whatever, and wrongly the X-File and then put him out. They didn't want to see him. They didn't want him there, and I am so surprised and shocked now. But just imagine this, and I want to say to the Prime Minister, you're doing well and we're glad to know what you're doing. You understand? When I saw you last night, oh God, my whole body, I can't even express how I feel, but you was very good and up to the point. And you see what you're doing a good thing. We won the campus. You're doing something great for the generation now. The generation to come and the generation after. You understand? People only washing them out, but you're going good and you're doing what you have to do. Don't let nobody stop you. Continue, my Prime Minister. You're on the right track and the right hand.
All right, next caller, morning caller.
Morning.
Paul calling here. Tell me something, Mikey. That list of names you call out there as the opposition. Is opposition or rejection you call it? I want to clarify that because something had to be wrong, boy. Like PNM reach us a kind of garbage collection status now or what? Because I ain't really seen none of them contributing anything, you know. So again, it seems like the PNM dead, and that's the last nail in the coffin for them. I thought that initiative. Have a good morning, and gentlemen. I'll see you down there later. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Oh boy.
It's an interesting day. Let's see if these names are going to go forward, but that's what's being bandied about. Some people are not happy about it at all, especially inside the PNM.
So the PNM 6 senators that are choosing.
Looking at these are the names that are being bandied about again. It could be Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Ramboli, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, Kwesi Robinson. Quite interesting. I mean, it's a process that you really and truly have to look for the best. You want to make sure what you have from the pool that you're taking from. So, let's see how it unfolds. It's a big day and expect anything.
Oh boy. Morning caller. Where you calling from?
Good morning, ground report. Andy, Mikey, Lennox, to Napuna here, brother. All roads lead to the parliament, the Red House for 12 o'clock today. However, I wish to let you all know, Andy, that because of my health situation, I would not be able to make it there at all because as I said, I'm suffering with a serious respiratory breathing problem that have me confined to my home. I can't go nowhere. I can't leave my house to go nowhere. However, I'm with full support, and I ask all people who can come out there and support and represent me, as a matter of fact, because I have been there from inception, fighting with all the struggles and all the demonstrations and what have you and thing, Andy. But as I said, because of my health situation, I cannot come down there because just recently I went to a funeral. A good friend of mine, his wife died, and I took in at the funeral, and they almost had to call the ambulance to come and take me to the hospital and what have you. So in that I'm asking, I'm appealing at people, please don't look at it as I'm making any excuse for not being present there. But I want to just say this, and as Barapur just say, Is it that there's a solid waste collection team that Penelope Beckers and them, the opposition, if that is so? But what I want to say it is shameless when you hear the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, make that revolution in terms of rental and the bus route passes and all the corruption that took place there. And the very said person who is now the opposition leader, Penelope Beckers, sat in the parliament and never objected and went along with that. So what contribution can Penelope Beckers make to this country? Who can trust her? Because when you sat down there and presided and knocked the desk and thump when all these things were taking place and given your fully support to it, Penelope Beckers, you are a disgrace. And I don't think people will have any confidence with you being an opposition leader. And then, as I say, the PNM have no track record of for the last 10 years what they have done to benefit and improve this country. None whatsoever. So what are they going in the opposition, in the parliament to do? It's only one thing, Andy, is to obstruct the government. And you remember said Keith Rowley in his early incarnation when Kamala Persad-Bissessar they were under the partnerships of government. He said, we will not cooperate with them. We will hang them out of office and all this kind of thing. They didn't know different because Penelope Beckers was there as part of that. So I hoping that people, and I want to make one thing, Andy, one comment. Plenty people, including some of these economists and what have you, they criticizing the trade union, Kamala Persad-Bissessar government, because of the merger of the trade union leaders joining with the party and saying that, the government make a promise now that they can't, they're riding the tiger and they can't get over the tiger because they promised the trade union the 10% in the negotiations and what have you. I want to ask these people, what happened to these trade union workers, these public servants, and the people and the citizens? It's 13 years these people and get their money. And if they choose to support the government, I don't see what the hell wrong with that. PNM denied them that, but they gave themselves an increase. And the same public servants who will get this, they will start the negotiations at 10%. The same money they're going to spend back into the country. They are citizens. You understand? And I cannot understand how people cry down because the Kamala Persad-Bissessar they say that they're going to start the negotiation at 10%. They are citizens, as I say, and for 13 years they have not gotten an increase. So therefore they are entitled to it. And as I say, the same money, all the things, it will help them. It will help their family. There will be no dependency syndrome. They could afford to take care of their family and what have you. The household need, the education for the children and everything. Once they get that increase and the money is going right back into the state coffers when they're spending it. So I want to condemn and criticize all those people, including these so-called political analysts and economists and whatnot, who have condemned Kamala Persad-Bissessar by saying that they should have never promised the trade union them the 10% and what have you. As though they are some aliens or something like that. They are citizens of this country. You understand? But I want to tell you something. I don't know how Penelope Beckers will be able to face the government and the parliament when she sat there and presided over all these things of corruption, what Kamala Persad-Bissessar revealed, There's so much things, Andy. Now you're seeing a new thing again, where the British people now is the daily papers in Britain.
The advisories?
The advisory, and when they talk about this thing with the refinery and the death of our workers, in the thing there, voices from a watery grave. And hear what they say, the voices from Trinidad and Tobago watery grave echoes the unforgettable and tragic parallel driving incident will now be heard on an international stage. So when them people of PNM and them was trying to criticize the UNC and saying that they're using all kind of things, derogatory statements to say that the UNC, jeopardizing the country and our future and things for investors and whatnot. Here it is. It has gone to the international stage by this British journalists and what have you. So I want to hear now what Penelope beckons on them. And if the garbage collection team that she have there, the solid waste movement thing, if them, what they're going to respond in to say. I want to hear Dinesh, if it's true, because I don't expect anything better from Dinesh Rambali and them fellas and them, you know. And all the rejects from the UNC, because I understand some of them will be contesting position in the PNM for the General Council meeting, but they having for
internals.
Elections. Anita Hayes might be contesting anything for the FAB brigade, the women thing. Rambali and Larry Lala and them might be contesting position for the gatekeeper and the yardman and all that kind of thing. So, we had to look at this here and you're going to see the hypocrisy. And I am so glad God, as most of the callers say, God put it in this way that the UNC win the election and we could hear the revelation and the corruption. I want to Faris and Ravi and them.
Mikey, you just give me 2 minutes, eh?
I want to see them fellas and face up to this and respond to this, Andy. All you have a bless them, brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tunapuna. All right, what would you just play some voice notes by the time here?
Something.
Blessed morning, not morning, a new dawning for Trinidad and Tobago. I would like to say that press conference was fire yesterday. That lady, she's experienced. She's not somebody that is coming with any sort of animosity against anybody. She was once a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and she's the second time she's a Prime Minister, so she's more experienced from what she experienced in the last 5 years. So she knows now where she has to put, I should say, the bull by its head, you understand, and do what she has to do. She would have her advisors, but she is a woman that can hold her head up and make decisions also on her own. I like how she addressed the scenario with the University of the West Indies. If she was doing what she can do to uplift it, start it over, continuity. And if they don't follow, she will take it over, but she's not. She's still giving them the autonomy. She's doing what she has to do based on her authority and her powers. And I think they should support her. And I know they will. Secondly, the public servants, they need to take their time. 10 years, PNM was in power. The man boldfaced slapped them in the face and say, all in riot yet, for whatever. All they work, all they play mass, all they was still working, all they had a job, all they play mass, all they was waiting, all they back, all they still play mass, all they eat, all they drink, all they line, we are all Trinidadians. All you all still had as TNT to do something like that. The government ain't even in power a month yet and all they talking about the back pay, all they wait, damn wait, again vex. You understand? You all wait. What happened? What about the youths that waiting for employment? Yes, they increased the retirement age to 65. Whoever want to. Yeah, they say youths and well, what about the ones that are waiting to be employed, that are skilled, that are academically skilled also? What about them? It's from 6 up to 65 now. What room you all giving them? What room you all really giving them? You understand? What room are you all giving these youths that are waiting? These contracts. I know persons coming out of school with masters can't get a work in the 30s from since when? Can't get a work, working in groceries. Cannot get a job. The parents still supporting them. They're doing odd jobs here and there. What about the differently able that can still go out there and do something? As soon as they see them picking up a bottle or whatever, they're taking away the money. This is on the PNM. They need to stop. What about the ones that can still be employed? They prefer to give them $2,000 and have them in control. And they could take that money and employ them. And I respect this lady for that, because I know persons at a different level that can give a contribution in this society. Instead of just giving them a fish, teach them how to fish. It needs to stop. Our country, we could be higher than a third world country. It really needs to stop. So the public servants and them, they have to take their time and wait, because they're still working. You understand? What about the ones that don't? The ones on the ground that they paying them finances, only giving their people job too, and financing the ones that they have to pay back when they finance them. But they feel everybody stupid on the ground. I am from the Romantic Central. Not everybody who they say pay them country stupid, you know. We know and we see what's going on. You understand? And we have educated persons in these areas too. Don't feel everybody down in the west or whatever dotish. And it's under this pay them forever die hard dotishness. So let us give the UNC administration their way under our watch, and they will do for us. Give them that mandate. We paying them to carry out the jobs that we want them to do, and they will do it. Give these people a chance. Just 5 years they have, and I want them to get 10 and 15. God bless. Have a good day, Andy.
Once again, with the Constitution in my hand, this is Taufik, aka Dexter Tobas of Tunapuna. Right? And saying once again, all roads lead to Woodford Square. At 12 noon, to welcome in a right-thinking government for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? Thank you very much.
Good morning, ground report. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Mickie. Andy, just one suggestion I wanted to have before I make my point. In order to make the ground report, right, which is extremely interesting, just thought that we could make it even better. Why don't you bring some ministers on the program and give each minister, for example, an hour or more, as the case may be, whereby they come on the program virtually and the callers could call and ask them some questions. So for example, you bring Jerlene John for an hour and the callers could talk to her. Then some other time you bring Eliza Kaur. You could bring Kamla Prasad Bisessa, Anil Roberts, David Lee, Rudal Munilal, Khadija Amin, etc. Just so that the callers could call and ask some questions, because sometimes callers may have some things that might be disturbing them, or they may have concerns that nobody might be able to help them with. And if they have the minister on the program, they could talk to the minister. Right? So I'm going to make my point now. Yesterday, I want to thank Miss Santa Cruz for working in conjunction with the minister, because she did a very good job, because yesterday in the afternoon there were some buses working San Fernando to Port of Spain. About 2 of them came. So I just would, so the man Man is making some improvement. Mr. Eliza Crew is working, and I want to commend him for that. But we just need to get the service a bit more regular. But I want to thank both of them, Miss Santa Cruz and Eliza Crew, for working feverishly to improve the service, because sometimes people get stranded in Port of Spain, they can't go home, they have to pay $25 one way. But now things are improving. It's just for him to be consistent and ensure that the service runs throughout the day. That San Fernando Port of Spain limited stop.
Good day, Andy. I heard it through the grapevine that the House Speaker might be Jayanti Lakshmi Diyal, right? So I'm gonna congratulate she for becoming the House Speaker. I think she's the rightest person to put there, right? That Jayanti deal with all them PNM. And I want Anita to get in, because Jayanti have a soft spot for she. Pick she up and get them standing orders, just like what Bridget and I said George used to do. Send them out of Parliament and let them walk too. They have to get the same medicine the UNC was getting for the last 10 years. Put them to sit down, put them to shut up, and put them out of Parliament the same speech I want to when they get in there. Have a good day, Andy.
Good morning, Andy, Mikey, and Lennox. Two things I want to talk about is get rid of Fernandez Coop, the head of the EBC. And Mrs. Bessessa had to start to deport these Vennies. They are committing a lot of crime in the country. Deport, deport, deport. Get rid of them. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. I'm get broken about get desperate. You gonna go see the PNM. You going to get money. I'm a fire burn you with that evil, wicked ass human being.
Mikey K, there's a big lineup for the PNM Senate Day, boy. Don't forget Marsha, the Marco Walker, the Minister of Marco and Kamala Business, and Victor Carlos Roberts. Them two is backup senators in case any of them drop out there. So put them in the limelight too, Mikey K. Marsha Marco Walker and Victor Carlos Roberts. Two backup for the PNM. Have a good day on Jan Lennox and Mikey. Mikey K, I like how you train up everybody with that score their name out there. You really train them up real good. Yeah, they're meeting out of your hands with that six people you name there, Mikey K. I wonder if they go try to vote for Pastor Google because he ain't work right now, He ain't on the radio again. So maybe they could try to vote for he and make you a senator too. And that's asking. Yeah, then, throw Pastor Google a bone and give him a little work.
But that name ain't being bandied about at all. It's nothing with Google there. It's a simple thing. And I think I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 or 3 of these names actually make the lineup. It's being bandied about. Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Ramboli, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, and Kwesi Robinson. I believe Kwesi was a close associate to Foster Cummings. I think he was at one time at the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. I don't know the connection, but quite interesting that these names would be at the forefront. Who's on the outside there, Andy? You're back in?
Yeah.
Morning to the ground report. Good morning, my brother Andy and Mikey Kane and Oxford to everybody. Now, this is to the critics of the UNC who like to criticize and wait till the woman first budget pass. When she first budget passes, will hush up everybody. Everybody will hush. Wrong report, morning. And morning to all the callers, UNC people. Yeah, we're going. This morning,
Like they're calling it out.
Go ahead, Taylor. Go ahead.
Andy, good morning. Now, two of your callers raised the issue about the Venezuelans in this country, the illegals, and some of the illegals who have been here. Some of them staying here over 10 years. And it's time that we do something about it, because we can't have them here committing crimes and taking up the jobs that Trinidadians could do in the construction industry. They take up all the jobs in the supermarket, the groceries, and things hard in Trinidad. Things much better in Venezuela. They come in here, some of them come in here on a holiday and having a good time and taking up the jobs in this country and committing crimes. Apart from that, one of the problems that we have with Forex and foreign currency in Trinidad and Tobago is that they have taken our foreign currency and turning it into our money and turning it to foreign currency, especially US dollars, and sending it back to Venezuela. That is one of the biggest leakage in this country, because if you check how much thousands of Venezuelans come in here and they're sending back this money to Venezuela, is a tremendous amount of money. And even if they have to travel to go to Venezuela, you know, the price of that traveling is $350, 350 US dollars, you know. This time, you know, I haven't heard the UNSC give any policy. I mean, we know that they now come in office, but this is something they have to look after. They have to look into that seriously, because all the supermarkets, all the constructions and other things, they are taking up all these jobs because these businessmen wouldn't make a noise because they're not paying them the proper wages, and they're not paying NIS and all these other things and other taxes. Then they're using our spaces in the hospital. Some of them coming from Venezuela pregnant to make babies in Trinidad, you know. This is, and there's a free fall. It's so easy to come and go. And there's the amount of them here illegally. And that's why there's so much of crimes committing Venezuelan, attacking little children, all kind of thing. Some of them is bad people who coming from here, and plenty of them is gang members coming here. Because I was speaking to, he say, what are Venezuela? And he said, but the whole lot Tocopita is mafia down there. So everybody coming here, they could be bringing in a lot of drugs, they're bringing in illegal animals and stuff like that, a lot of illegal things. Something has to be done. If they want to come in Trinidad and they stay to work, there's need for agriculture workers, because the businessmen and them profiting over these people, right? I know they have the laws for minimum wage and whatnot, but they are not being paid that. They are not paying taxes. They're using our hospitals, everything they're doing. So we have to make a serious effort to address this problem to the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago. How you could tell them they come as refugee and they stay for 10 years? 10 years refugee? You understand? Andy, let me hear what the UNC people will do about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Go ahead, next caller.
Good morning again, Andy. Back for here. I totally agree with our caller. Just call and talk about the Venezuelan them. But I want to ask if he listened to the press conference yesterday where the Prime Minister had, and if any of them Venezuelan committed a crime, anything close to what we heard yesterday. And the thing about it is the government that bringing the Venezuelan into this country and taking away the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago jobs, right? That's what he say. But it's the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that put this government in office for 10 years, and them is the ones that were robbing the country billions and billions of dollars, and all they didn't say nothing since 10 years. Something wrong with me? I'm mad? That I could understand what is a crime.
Millions and millions of dollars.
You understand? So what the Venezuelans is so affecting but he can see and understand what happened for 10 years in this country. And then when it is brought to light, when the Prime Minister announced what was taking place, nothing. They have nothing to say. They're quiet. Let me tell you something. All of you act together in this country, because these are different times, This is survival, and this is the future of my children and thing here, So all this kind of dotishness, we're coming out, and this one was backplay and out. Anybody who a back pay, send them by me. With a bottle of baby oil. They'll get a whole load of back pay. Like Puff Daddy. Have a good morning, gentlemen. I'll see you on the down the road later.
Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Go ahead, caller. Listen to us through your phone. Talk to us through the phone. Go ahead, caller.
I want to tell the caller that called just now. It has plenty of us family and friends away in the United States of America. They run over there to do the same thing, to send only barrels and things. You understand? So it's not only Venezuelan, you know. Yes, the Venezuelans have a history when they come here, they want to take off people's neck, people's head and all kind of things. But it has plenty of us family and friends doing the crime in the States. Just now it's all sorts of them they're sending back. You understand? So it's not only the Venezuelans. It has people leaving here to go away and clean people's house. Clean houses over there and clean down too. And when they hear this, they don't want to do that because they don't want nobody to see them doing it. They prefer to go away and do it. So all the Congo, when all the thing is not only the Venezuelans, we too, we hiding from our own shame. We have to go away and clean down too. And when they hear
Oh boy, drop your volume there.
Morning. And morning to all the callers. UNC people. Yeah. We're going. This morning I want to put this in the public space. Yeah. All roads really lead to the parliament. It's good today. That is excellent. Go down and show your strength. And when we show your strength, and then after September budget, after the budget read in September, this country, critics towards Kamala Prasad-Bissessar and the UNC will stop. It will stop. Because they forget is the budget that the PNM reading in this country for the past 9 years. And the policies is what bring the country into a tailspin. So people, wait for the woman's first budget, and then you would see. Yeah. So all these reporters who trying to bustle them and myself, David Nackett, well done yesterday, well done. You understand? Put them in the place, every minister of the UNC, whenever these reporters from these various media houses who was mum for years, coming around all with some question, or they put them in the shade. Put them in the shade. Don't insult them. Don't disrespect them. Just put them in their place. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Well said.
All right. Oh boy.
Well said.
Morning, the whole panel of Ground Report. Blessings to you all. Blessings to your program. I have a great concern of these Venezuelans living in Trinidad illegally. I have a great concern that we have them still around. The Honorable Prime Minister needs to send them back like how Trump sent back illegal people. Start to send back all these Venezuelans back to their country. They live on a territorial country. We are on an island. Their country is much larger than ours. We need to get rid of these people the right way. This is my contribution towards the program, and God bless you all.
Gentlemen, good morning again. When I heard Mikey mention or call the names Mr. Mr. Rambali, Mr. Lala, and Miss Haynes, well, I believe you don't have to look at the rest of the pothounds in the PNM. But you see, those 4 pit bulls, you have to be very, very careful of those pit bulls. Andy, you are not as dangerous as those 4 pit bulls as the government senators. Trust me. Watch and wait and see as the days count into weeks and weeks count into months and months goes into years. And here, their fight will be ferocious and deadly. Thank you, gentlemen.
Maybe that's why those names will be at the top of the list.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox and Mikey. You see that gentleman who called it just now concerning those venues, illegal venues? You wouldn't believe where I live here, it's an agricultural access area. And if you see the amount of them inside here, Andy, right now I have a problem with some of them on the eastern side of me. 3 persons that I called yesterday, and I told you 3 persons can make noise for 20 Trinidadians. They are loud. Their tones are terrible. Their music, their way of life. They throw garbage indiscriminately on the side of the road, in the drains, Andy. If you see me, I used to clean the both side of my out in front of my gate. I don't clean it anymore because there are beer bottles littered all over. There are solving bottles and water bottles littered all over. They walk in the road, they take your bottle, they just throw it on the side of the road just so Andy. The government really need to get this make this a priority, Andy. It's serious. Just yesterday on social media, I saw a big gentleman rape a 14-year-old boy. They are committing crimes. They are stealing in the night people agricultural produce. There's so much I could say, but the fact of they need to go from here. There need to be a better process in which they're coming here and staying. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a minute, Andy, if you have anything lined up.
Yeah, I think I get. Let me make sure.
Hi, morning, Ground Report. Mickie and others. I'd like to speak on trickle-down economics because the Honorable Keith Rowley has spoken about feeding the rich, and then so doing the rich will employ the poor and all that. But that don't really work so because there are so many laws where the rich can hide their wealth and hide their profits that they can always claim and don't even pay or let the economic trickle on to the smaller man. How trickle on economics works is through the middle class. You pay the middle class, you give them the pay increase, and they will be able to hire people.
Mickie, go ahead now. Caller, you tape that day with a background and somebody in the back there, so it's talking.
Yeah, so in the background there, yeah.
Go ahead, Mickie.
Television or something. But yesterday, the Honorable Prime Minister announced the cost-cutting measures with a review of nearly $500 million paid annually in rental of buildings and for security contracts, respectively. All right. You know, Mrs. Prasad Bissessa raised concern over $493 million being expended on government rentals and another $500 million on security contracts. She said nearly $500 million went towards rent in the 2024 fiscal year, much of it without proper documentation, expired leases, or transparency. She condemned what she described as eater food landlords, feeding at the trough of the state. Prime Minister cited figures from the Ministry of Public Administration's master list, which shows that the government pays approximately $21.5 million monthly across 234 active leases, amounting to almost $260 million annually. But discrepancies abound, and the rent paid by government ministries and agencies did not match the figures on a master list. Some properties for which rent was paid are not even on the Ministry of Public Administration's master list. I don't know if you want to call them ghost rentals. Ghost rentals.
So now from ghost gang to ghost rentals, boy?
Well, there you go. And then, of course, security contracts, respectively. I think what we need to look at as well is that when many of these companies were set up, and one would look at it and realize it was so convenient that you had people dealing with other businesses, whether it be sandblasting whether it be, of course, offshore businesses, but they got into security one time. I want to say one time, these companies was just set up. And all of a sudden, when you look through local government, the very said company that was set up overnight was getting all the local or the corporations through local government when it comes to securing these corporations overnight. But if the average man go and set up a business today for today, everybody want to question it. What is the agenda? You have something coming. Or the government looking to feed you. But these people set up major companies and yet went off and went into other things. Who directed them with that? Was it inside information? We want to give big contracts in security. Go and open a firm now, boy. Go and open a firm. How the small man wasn't given such a benefit or a privilege? How come? How come? And a lot of people getting tired up and trying to use this when the UNC win, everybody win. And they're just saying, you know, well, I'm waiting to see. Let me make something clear. Winning is a choice. Winning, I want to repeat that. Winning is a choice. And if you expect to sit on your laurels and do nothing, just sit on, I say this, sit on your ass and do nothing when the day comes. That is not the winning choice. You have to understand we have a prime minister with the best team when it comes to delivery and service to the people of this country. Winning is a choice. It is laid out with options. Her choice is to put laptops in the hands of our students rather than making guns accessible to them so they could go out there and commit crimes. Her choice is to ensure that people get shelter than rather just being there on a list conveniently. And people believe that they can exploit these people because for votes or whatever. That's a different thing. When you hear about all these PBR and all these people, how many of these people, their only expertise was getting on that red couch? How many red couch patrons benefited from having PBR passes? How many of them? Was it that they had to be easily accessible? Is it that they know that they had limited time? So come down the bus route, meet me in room so-and-so, and go so. How many of them, their only expertise, their only experience was what they were able to do on the red couch? Some of them had no passes, not even a certificate, not even a diploma. Their only job, their only way of serving was serving on the red couch. How many of them? And not just here in Trinidad. But remember, we spoke about in New York. At the consulate in New York, our U.S. consulate. Did that person also lay on the red couch? Because we as taxpayers, and according to the Prime Minister yesterday, once you're dealing with taxpayers' money, the people money, the country money, it has to be transparent. How you park in your car as a junior officer in the New York consulate office and how taxpayers had to be paying that? Who gave you that pips? Where you graduate from? So the minute they graduate from the red couch, they get all the perks and benefits, you know. Forget about sending your CV and all them things when it comes to the PNM. Forget about your experience. No! You had to qualify on the red couch. That's where most of the PBR passes went. That is why that person in New York could park the car and we the taxpayers had to pay for it. And then when things get nasty and they get messy, people like Rowley go make a posting and say, what about the young girls that was exploited? You knew about that. They do anything about it? How that become an issue now? How conveniently? Listen, winning is a choice. If you decide to sit down and do nothing and not participate, you have taken the choice to not be active in the change that is needed for this country. So don't go around and just using it, willy-willy. But let's say, well, if UNC win, I just waiting. What are you waiting for? You get involved. You make a choice to be a part of something that is going to serve and deliver to the people. Nothing is going to just simply be handed to you. And all the people who've been talking that nonsense, where Kamala will get the money from? Where Kamala? She'll get the money from the people who have it, from the people who steal it, from the people who believe it's their God-given right to get everything in this country, that is what she going after. She going after the people who have it because she know them have the money and we need the money. The country need the money. That is when she going and get it. That is when she going and get it. You see the people who was able to sleep good for the last 9.5 years? Not one night they had to stay up worrying about feeding the family, providing shelter, providing clothing, trying to see what money they could get to send their children to university or college. How it is they had 2 cars and they're down to 1, and it's a matter of time that the whole family had to take the bus. You see them people who was busting their head night and day, that is different. You are the people that Kamala is here to serve and make sure you get your equity. But the ones who was able to travel and boast and tell you, we went Spain for summer, we were in England for autumn, we were there, yes, we was in Massachusetts for winter and all that nonsense, and was able to eat ham, lamb, and jam, them have the money. They have the money. And Kamala is going where the money is. She going after them. So we need the money. Don't feel sorry for nobody because they wasn't feeling sorry for you. They didn't care what their children eat or how you live. Don't feel sorry for them. So forget that nonsense and remember, winning is a choice.
Pleasant good morning, Lennox, Mikey, and Andy. Pleasant good morning again, everyone on the line. Well, I just have 2 little issues. One, a disappointment. I don't know how, to each his own, but, it was very sad to see that Mr. Amar decided to go over the fence, he telling
Go ahead, caller. We'll play that voice note back. Go ahead, caller.
himself it have greener pastures over there. But I definitely would not, accept that. But, to each his own. But I'm very disappointed in her decision that he made. But let's say about the media. Let me see what the media are doing. I find the mainstream medias and them very disappointed. They're only asking a kind of, little children questions and then they point up the song bites. They don't want this country to move forward. I think some of them media need to go back to school or something. They don't ask the real questions, where all this money going and, put up things like that. No, but they only go back and all as it is say. All right, blessings everyone and congratulations to the UNC again on the performance.
How they go ask? How they go ask? The editor know where it gone. The shareholders they know where it gone. So how dare you as a reporter ask that? They know where it gone. It gone in the pockets of people that Kamala say, hey, take it out your pocket. Take it out your pocket. We have Dandy.
Ground report morning again. And Mickie K. Lennox.
Morning, brother.
I'm going to take this call. You only cutting. Morning, caller.
Yeah, Mickie K. Lennox Smith, Andy Williams. Morning. Yeah, I was so shocked yesterday watching a thing with the Prime Minister reading out all the wastage of the taxpayers' money, and wow, I couldn't believe that was so shocking, and you could see the forward movement of the Prime Minister where she revealing all these things. That's how our Prime Minister is supposed to move. You understand? You come and tell the people like this is what thing I come back in power, this was our findings and this is what happening. And I can't believe how much wastage of taxpayers' money with the rental, with the bus route pass. Like, what is really going on with this? And these fellas need some silver bracelets and the buildings for Alwari. How much money them keep collecting from the government to rent out? It's kind of weird, right? So I really glad to see what was happening yesterday. You know what I mean? I watched that last night and I'm gonna watch it again. You know what I mean? Because I want to take it in more deeper. But they have a great program. Real appreciate this program from way back. Yellow's the code. And we need that type of governance, good governance. Real good governance. I really appreciate Lennox, Mickie K, and all those fighters, all they bring forth that whole truth to the people to see, and look the same thing all they was talking about, look come and revealing it there, so kudos to all the Paul at the head of the class, all they have a blessed day, wonderful program. Take care.
Thank you very much, caller. Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report?
Okay, I need to put it here again. I only want to know where the money gone. I don't know if all just saw it on the papers last week. Where Stuart Young was together with a lady who they sell roti and things from Santa Cruz. And you know what he said that he just go by and buy? A lobster roti costing $200, Andy. There was an article on the papers here with the woman posting a picture. And this is what he said, paying $200 for a lobster roti. Now let me ask you something again. It is not only the rental of these properties I think that the eater food people, P&M people benefited from. Remember the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister, also disclosed the amount of money was paid to these eater food lawyers under the P&M. All these is just to show, this is when Keith Rowley said, you have to make the rich get richer. It's a brotherhood of wrongdoers, it's a mafia, and all this kind of thing. All these things show you where he was saying, Rowley ought to be brought to answer charges, Andy. And finally, I want to make a statement of this. Our quarrying industry in Trinidad and Tobago, who this government, the last government, who a number of those contractors, the Junior Sammy and the Kusas and all of them, who do road paving and all of them have license to operate quarrying and whatnot. And all due to who? Rohan Sinanan. You hear in Homer thing that Rohan Sinanan involved with the family and the connections and what have you. I am saying this, the time has reached. The government now have to take control of this quarrying issue. Take back the license. This is our state resource, They were just given my license to operate. And we were buying our own produce from these fellows who operate in these quarries. So therefore, here what's happening, we, the government, cannot afford to give license to these people to operate no quarry. But that is state-owned property. We, the government, have to operate it and take the material and fix our own roads and whatnot, because these fellas was digging out VI, because they take it, state resource, selling it back to the country, and making big money, hundreds of millions of dollars. That was $1 billion industry. And when you check the players and them who involved in industry, remember, it also include Warner and all them fellas and them from Tobago, Andy, and the Kusal, the Junior Sammy, the Calco, whoever operate quarries. Government have to stop granting license to them. We run our own business because we can't afford to be giving them license to operate the quarry of our state resources, and then they selling it back to us at I can't even find a word to describe it, at an exorbitant price, and the corruption and the high tech. And I want to tell you something. You is the first person, the first man was to go get off as the kingpin of the P&M was Franklin Khan, because he dead. The money-making dealer in the energy sector for the P&M. You is the next man in command to making money for the P&M under all these Ministry of Works and all these big projects and whatnot. Look at today, the heavy flooding all over the country. Water courses have not been cleaned. This government now, you see them starting to clean it. And Rohanson, where the hundreds of millions of dollars or the billions of dollars that was allocated to the Ministry of Works, and where it gone? And you don't clean no water course. And every time you come in the blast at Parliament and you're lying and telling the population, we've been cleaning water courses and whatnot, and this and that and what other thing. And today you've seen it, where you was lying to the population. So therefore, I want to admit, and I want to say, Rohan Sinanan, you is the biggest scam they had on the P&M government that was making money under the Ministry of Works for the P&M government, and you ought to be investigated. Just like Stuart Young with money for his brother and whatnot, that he could buy a $200 lobster roti, Andy. $200 could buy food for a whole family for a week. but you're buying a lobster roti for $200. So all you had to be investigated, and not just investigated. We had to take back our resources from all you. We won back with money. This is where the money gone, and people who want to know this and that and whatnot, Kamala says she knows she's going to get the money from. And we're going to seize all your assets. Seize it. All you. Who cannot account for all your wealth and what have you. This is what Kamala Prasad's government
Thank you.
has to do, Andy.
Thank you. Next caller, morning.
Morning.
Go ahead, caller, morning.
Smith, Lennox.
Don't forget all roads into the Parliament today, 12 p.m. today.
Yes.
Parliament. Go ahead, man.
Yes, we know that. No, I'm going to tell you something. I just hope you guys could get more religious. You see what happened here? This year, this 28th, is nothing could have changed that. Because I go back and listen to the PNM meeting over and over and listen to all these different ministers talking, including Dinesh Rambali and Larry Lala Ante. And it's only one man alone know what was happening. We were just only guessing, was God. And people who might have wanted to vote for the PNM, he changed their mind. Andy, Lennox, Mickie, I want all you to believe this, brother. God does put his own government sometime. When you see the suffering of the people, these people suffering so much and they don't even know they're suffering so much. And there's so much at stake up on that they still want to see the PNM go back there without realizing what the PNM isn't doing them. But God said, enough is enough. And I always remember Miss Barbara book, boy. When Kamala helped she always stick with Kamala. She never turned back. And I could imagine how she's feeling today. She must be feeling more to Jesus more than anything else. And I want all you to know that, brother man. I'm feeling this in my vein that God put this government there and they could do what they want. They can't change it. Kamala changed to something what we never see. In no prime minister in the world. I believe she's the best prime minister in the whole world, even better than any president. And she will continue to do what she has to do with the name of Jesus Christ in this. I want all you to believe this, and I want all you, because all you is real important. Because God put all you there for a purpose. All you just wasn't there just saying this every day. Your heart was to win because Jesus in it. And all of us had to go down the way and praise God. Praise God. Praise God. This is my contribution this morning.
Thank you so much, caller. Oh, boy.
We have the lines are open. Don't forget, it's all about Woodford Square. It's right there for the opening of the 13th Parliament. That's the day. Come out 12 noon. Gathering at 12 noon. Come out. You will see people that you haven't seen, of course, since on the campaign trail. We can talk, we can laugh, and of course inspire each other to make sure and rally behind this government. This is what we've been fighting for, standing up for, taking lockup, taking tear gas, taking abuse, taking ridicule, taking disrespect. This is why at the end of the day, we can hold our heads up high and know that we were a part of restoring good governance to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That's right, we are true patriots. Come out and gather with other true patriots today at 12 noon, right outside the Red House, right there, Woodford Square. Come out in your numbers. This means everything to each and every one of us. Your head was hot in here for the last 9 and something years. Come and exhale, man. Come and exhale. 12 noon today. Who we have on the outside, Andy?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, and afternoon. Good morning, Mickie. Good morning, Trinity Bigo. Good morning to everybody who's on the line. Andy, just answer my voicemail. Anyway, the amount of people my voicemail, no, I cool with that too, eh? Right? But yeah, I'm going to tell you something. You know what happened now? You see down in the carcass down there, man, or if Auntie can't deal with them Venice and them have down in that area down there, I'm telling all you, sure, you know, them are this place in a mess, you know. Only I want anti-camps to go down there and send the army and the police down there to round up them Venice and them. Because them Venice and them can't come in our country and be doing with that. So I just need to let you know now, Andy. Right? Anyway, God bless. I go.
Good morning to the ground report. Good morning, Andy. Andy, I want to ask a question. What really is the purpose of the Ombudsman Office of Trinidad and Tobago? The people of Trinidad and Tobago don't ever hear anything about the Ombudsman Office doing anything for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Why this present government don't abandon this office and make the Ombudsman Office part of the Ministry of Justice? Only then and there you would hear what the Ombudsman Office is doing for the people. People have been making reports to the Ombudsman Office for help, and the Ombudsman Office doesn't even reply to them and tell them what's happening with the matter. The Ombudsman Office is a waste, Andy. It's a waste of public funds. It's a waste of everything. I think that office should be abandoned, and the Ministry of Justice, which is now being implemented under this new government, should be placed there. Thank you. The previous PNM government has changed ombudsman 4 times within their 10 years. And not one of these ombudsmen has ever did anything for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. This ombudsman office that operates right now in the Twin Towers are a waste of time. They are doing nothing for the people. This ombudsman office should be abandoned, and the Ministry of Justice shall now take over the work of the Ombudsman Office of Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice, no more voice notes. I have no more voice notes here. Oh boy, oh boy. So we'll take some calls, time check. Oh, it's 8 minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock.
Let's take some because we want to get
So
down the road.
read
early.
some of the things what Kamala said. Let me hear some of the things what she said, because I didn't get to get the press conference to the fullest.
What she spoke about in this article here that I was reading is the fact that, $1 billion in rent. She
Like
spoke
real
about
plenty
that.
money, boy.
Yeah. And a lot of it is not on the Ministry of Public Administration's master list, and she wants to know whether we could call them ghost rentals. He disclosed that the actual total rent paid in 2024 shows an unexplained variance of $208 million from what was recorded on the master list. Yeah. Major discrepancies include Judiciary, $21.8 million, Ministry of Finance, $24.8 million, Ministry of Health, $0.9 million, TTPS, $31.4 million, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, $10.6 million, rental by region. The Prime Minister said 2 companies, GV Holdings and NJ Nahus Investments Limited, were paid over $15 million annually for government leased properties with no signed lease agreements or cabinet approval. I want to repeat that. And these are things that should resonate with you when you look at the difference of how we are treated when it comes to checks and balances compared to people who just simply have their way and their freedom to just do what they want. The Prime Minister said 2 companies, GV Holdings and NJ Nahus Investments Limited, were paid over $15 million annually for government leased properties with no signed lease agreements or cabinet approval. Have your way.
Man, that could have.
You go ahead.
But could that have any legal consequences?
Well, I think that's why she's bringing it to the forefront. That's why she's talking about it.
Yeah.
All right?
That come like what? That come like thieving from the government or something if it's not registered?
Well, there you go.
But you know who will get the licks for that? The public servant.
Yeah, who allowed that to happen, right?
Yeah, the stupid.
Who allowed
Them
that to
public
happen?
servants.
Now, of the 234 properties rented, 193 have expired leases, now operating on month-to-month tenancies. All right? No one can confirm whether these properties still meet the rental criteria or possess all the requisite updated approvals for fire, health, and safety. The properties which Mr. Awari's family, the former government minister, of course, has great interest in, cost taxpayers $1.7 million per month. I want to repeat that. $1.7 million per month.
That is
Like that people out there
that
who would
almost
want to
20
defend.
million a year, boy.
Yeah, so and there are people out there who want to defend the indefensible. They want to
And
because
real money.
they are something until they die. I don't care what they say. Kamala can say what she want. Them thing, yeah. But listen carefully.
None of them
For
get a
those of
contract.
you, that's right. And for those of you who understand that perhaps a public servant and some family member must have died and left you something, and you had to in phase build an apartment, and then the second phase build a next one, and perhaps the third phase put a deck in so you could go upstairs. It wasn't easy for you. You was in Susu, you was in credit union, it was just a supplementary income, so you had some income coming in, some monies coming in. It wasn't easy for you, you know. But when a man tells you in advance, go get something, build something on it, and we guarantee we rent it from you, it's a whole different thing. Especially when you build it under a company, then you have the backing of the financial institution because you're going to get correspondence. The institution is going to get correspondence from the government, you know, that we so are more than willing to work with so-and-so investment company limited, whatever, blah, blah. So a lot of red tape is circumvented. All of that is cut. I want you to listen to me carefully. All of this done in documentation. Sometimes there are malls that you see in there too, on state land, start off agriculture, then it went to homestead, then they flip it up and it became commercial all of a sudden. You would be surprised at the kind of money they're paying for that when it comes to taxes or whatever. And they were not a priority when the last regime wanted, of course, to start this tax thing again. They were exempt, and they may have been exempted for a long period. So you understand what's going on here. What is good for you and what is expected from you is not the same from them other fellas, you know. Them other fellas will get everything for nothing. Ham, lamb, and jam. While you have to scrape and see how best you could put together something. And all that money, Andy, all that money, with the guarantee that the government will rent from you. And Prime Minister made it clear, some without leases. Some, she don't know whether the criteria, which you have to have insurance, fire insurance, safety codes, all of these things are still up to par. But money is being spent for these places.
Boy, many people get, the rich really get richer.
That's right.
What's going on there.
That's right.
The rich.
And Kamala is sending a different message. You want to know where I get any money from? Went after the ones who have it. It's not to say that the money ain't there.
Yeah.
The money's there. But unfortunately, it is not where it's supposed to be to help we the people and our interests and to build our country. They rape it. They financially rape it. This is economic rape.
Yeah, boy.
The country is hemorrhaging. Her clothes are torn. Trinity is just lying there in the gutter. And today, the real team is going to come in and pull her out of that gutter because the last regime didn't care. They didn't give a damn. They were going to just eat away everything until they consume every possible economic existence of this country. everything. They didn't care. They like termite, they eat out everything. They gutted everything. But we know where the money is, and we know who had the money. So she's going after that. She's going after that in our interest. And that is why we need to be there to support 100%, because it's in our interest. When somebody stands in the gap for you, when somebody sticks out the neck for you, when somebody say enough is enough and it's time for you to benefit, you have to stand by them. You have to stick with them. You have to defend them. So come out in your numbers, 12 noon. This means everything for all of us. So you have to be there. And it's 10 o'clock.
Yes.
And again, we look out for the names from the opposition. Very, very interesting lineup. Very interesting. And don't be surprised that some of these names do get through. Again, the PNM is looking according to what's being bandied about here. We haven't gotten confirmation as yet, but Shamfa Kojo, Dinesh Ramley, Anita Haynes Allen, Larry Lala, Robert Amar, Kwesi Robbins.
Wow. Well, if that the PNM going to, what we going to see? Oh boy. Well, Coro transformation, none today.
It's not on, it's Friday. Yeah, Friday celebration. So he will be dancing the whole time.
But Sunday is the observers, 5 to 7.
Sunday is the observer, 5 to 7 p.m. That's right.
Nice. So Trinidad and
We're
Tobago.
going to recap a lot of things, so you don't want to miss it.
We're going to meet by the Parliament.
We'll meet by the Parliament. Folks, take care. Come out. It is in our interest. We have to defend it. Until then, try to stay alive. We are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.